You want it happening in Africa. Just to just follow. You just when you went on. Children crying from starvation. You just you want to get the news update, my brother, to just you want to know what is happening in Morocco, to just but yeah, to sports. Yeah, to sports. You from Fonjama, Maryland to sports. Yeah, to sports. Every keep on regular, my brother, to sports. You got a small TV, you got a small radio, to sport. Yeah, to sport. You want to get the news update, to sport. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, but you TV. Yes, but you got it. TV. Ba. School entertainment. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to just follow, you just when you went on. If the children crying for starvation, just don't just fall. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't just fall. You want to know what is happening in Morocco, don't just fall. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't just fall. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't just fall. Yeah, don't just fall. Yeah, don't just fall. You from Fonjama, Maryland, don't just fall. Yeah, don't just fall. Every keep on regular, my brother, don't just fall. You got a small TV, you got a small radio, don't just fall. Yeah, don't just fall. You want to get a news update, don't just fall. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, but you got it. TV. Yes, but you got it. TV.
Okay, what a way to welcome you this evening to another edition of the program. This is Spoon Talk. We're back on the radio, and I'd like to welcome all of you. Well, today's edition of the program, Spoon Talk, this is where we bring you the news, the updates, the views, the analysis, making sure that we bring you up to speed with the happenings across Liberia every single day. So welcome to the show. My name is Nelson Colette. The Spoon Talk is live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1, on Super 95.5 FM, and on a host of radio stations across Liberia. Thanks to Voice of Liberia 104.1 for relaying the program. Several other stations across the country for making sure that Spoon Talk is aired across Liberia. We also want to welcome our online audience. Spoon Talk is live across Facebook, YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV. You can find us on YouTube at Spoon Talk Live. Our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk Live. So I want to welcome all of you tonight to this edition of Spoon Talk. It's going to be very engaging tonight. A lot to talk about. So many things happening across the country. So you can rest assured that this edition of Spoon Talk is one that you don't want to miss for anything. But let me welcome a few of you who have already joined us. Austin Jackal is here from Johnsonville. Madeline Weir, thank you for joining us. Freeman, thanks for joining us as well. I appreciate you. Natoba is here as well. Perakima, thanks for joining us. I see a lot of you joining in tonight. I ask you to keep sharing the program as you join us tonight. If you're watching on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, or Super TV, just keep sharing the show tonight. George Johnson, thank you for joining us from Ghana. And I see Daniel Tante is here tonight as well. Daniel, that's Danisha Soko Copeland, thank you for joining. Maya Trudy is here tonight. Sherman Dankwa has joined us. Thank you for joining us tonight. Mikhail Mator Smith Bana, thank you for coming on tonight. Ibrahim Morris Kawa is joining us tonight. Jeremiah Kule is joining us from Greenville, Sino County. Thank you for joining us tonight. I see a lot of you coming on. Keep sharing the program as you join us tonight. D. Colonial Pia is joining us tonight. I see Estrus Weir. Barbara Charles is here tonight as well. I see Nathaniel K. Hill has joined in. Ella Duncan is here tonight from ELWA. Thank you for joining us. Ibrahim Kawa says he joined from Sierra Leone. Thanks to all of you joining us tonight. Let's hope you keep sharing the program as you join us. Philip Bala. Mr. Bala, thanks for joining us tonight. I see Rabba Gume is here tonight from the ABC Mission Community. That's along the Ralphie Highway. Thank you for joining us tonight. Queen Lulu Wilson is here tonight as well. Thank you for joining us. I see Jefferson Zian from Nimba County. Thank you for joining us tonight. Nancy Walker, thank you for coming on. Nicholas Pinon, appreciate you as well for joining in. Just keep sharing the program tonight as you join us. I see Marima Y is here tonight. Thomas Kamara Sr. is joining us from District 1, Louisiana Township, Montserrat County. That's where you're joining us from. James Thomas is here tonight. Thank you for joining us, James. He says religiously he's following from Gartnersville. Thank you for joining in. Jeremiah P. Sar, we appreciate you tonight. I see John Thomas Akila. Thank you for coming on tonight. Ernest T. Lee is joining in as well. Keep coming on, keep sharing the show. This is Spoon Talk, your favorite program. Liberia's premier talk show on radio and online is back on tonight. Let me welcome the final batch, and then we go into take calls tonight. I see B Favor, that's B Golf Favor Gay is here tonight. Abu Bob Conte has joined in from China. See Gibson K Vi is here tonight. Crystal Yesping is on tonight. Tenny Sunny that's Tani Sunny Pade joined in from Burraville. Thank you for joining us. Don Red, Noah Leah. Thank you for coming on tonight, and I want to appreciate all of you joining us. Peter Topa is here tonight. Teddy Briggs is here as well. Thank you for joining us. Well, it's going to be a good show tonight. We ask you to keep sharing the program, keep making your contributions in the comment section. We appreciate you, Dar Moore, and the rest of the folks. Just keep making your contributions in the comment section and keep sharing the program tonight. Spoon Talk is back on the radio. We're going to go to the phone lines as we always do to take your calls, hear your views, know what your thoughts are. What is it you want to talk about tonight? Health, education, politics, sanitation, the environment, just anything that is of concern to you. On Spoon Talk, you get to have the opportunity to speak out on those different issues of concern. So the numbers to call 0555-101075 is the number to call tonight, and you'll be live on the program 0555-101075, and you'll be live on Spoon Talk tonight. So we're going to move on to the first segment of the program. Take your calls, hear your views, and get the program started tonight. So let's take our first caller here. Let's hear this person. Hello, your name and where you're joining us from. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Once more again, Leslie Colette and the school family have invited and given us the opportunity to speak on our national platform. The name remains constant at Pangso AF Kama, the beautiful Tuesday evening. Let me straightly go to the issue that
what's beautiful about the Tuesday evening?
And that's what I'm going to. I'm driving at. Politically, I'm driving at. I'm going to address the Unity Party-led government and in totality that their incompetence is pure embarrassment. And let me speak to the content I'm driving at. I want to enter President Bakaj. Please, the dangers he is setting up ahead of us for 2029 election is very chaotic.
What exactly is the danger? What is that danger you're talking about? Make your point quickly because we need to take the next person.
The danger is he is using Senator Widow as election commission. Senator Widow is a cat carrier on Unity Party. You cannot be the referee. Sit there on a spot.
So who you want the president to appoint? Who you want the president to appoint? Who you want the president to appoint as NEC chairperson?
I want my observation and
my man, go ahead to the point. Forget about observation. Who you want the president to appoint?
If you are Liberia, who don't want problem for this country?
Forget about problem. Who you want the president to appoint?
Position. It should be someone who is neutral. We know.
Okay, look, listen, Alfonso.
Yes, sir.
Don't waste our time tonight. Don't waste our time. Who you want the president to appoint as the NEC chairperson? Say you want Jonathan Wheeler. Who you want?
My nomination can be anyone, but it's not being a party statement. It's not being someone who is
Okay, so who is that person that is not a card carrier, neutral person that you want as NEC chairperson? Who?
Okay, I nominate
I mean, you know your own nominee. No. Let me take the next person.
I nominate Councillor Tonwan Gongolo. He can better suit for that position. Yes, sister. These are people that we're looking up to step that reputable institution.
So wait, Alfonso. So that the people, political leader, you want for them to take and carry to NEC. So what are you trying to say to the party now, the Liberian People's Party? of which
No,
Councillor Tiawon Gonglo is the chair, is the political leader.
Nettie, I know that the council is a political ruler of this of his normal institution. We agree with that.
I mean, you consult the councillor, go consult the councillor tomorrow, you can come back. Consult the councillor before coming back. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Let's hear you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Nelson.
Yes, you're live. What's on your mind? Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, my name is Peter S. Colley.
Yeah, Peter, what's on your mind?
The previous caller, let him tell us say that somebody come from heaven that will be non-political person that can be appointed as a party, an election commissioner. Anyone you appoint now in this nation, they are part of party.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Great. Let's take the next person here. Keep your calls coming to 0555 101075. 0555 101075. I'll put the WhatsApp up shortly so our diaspora audience get to call in. Hello, your name and where you joining us from? Let's hear you.
Good evening. My name is Ibrahim Keita. Calling from the
Ibrahim Keita, what's on your mind? Quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah. What is on my mind is I have two things on my mind. One is about the road construction from Douala to the people bill, which of course the people I keep repeating, the people is delaying on this one road. Now up to this time they have never reached to the point where to drop the pressure of the traffic. They stay road, they just come, they just stand there the whole day on the street. They won't carry the other projects to another 6 years again.
All right.
Then the second thing is that on my mind is about the dollar market.
What happened to it?
The dollar market is for now it's not safe for the market people.
Okay.
The people every day they're taking the market from all of the bidding, they go studying and where that the bidding to save the market and protect the market. And
thank you very much for your input. We appreciate you. So, hello, your name and where you joining us from? Let's hear you.
Good evening, Nexi.
Good evening. Is this Oscar Zigben?
This is Oscar Zigben calling from Sangampe, Nima County, District 4.
Let's hear you. What's on your mind, Oscar?
Nexi, what on my mind tonight has to do with the road leading from Campley to Brown. Nexi is back for me when I was going home on Friday. A bridge that was constructed by the government officials spent 1.5 years. The failure of that bridge had not been completed. And the road leading from Campley to Brown is not accessible to any vehicle. So we want to call upon the government to see the interest of we, the citizens from Nimba, that can come from Campley to Brown and see how best, if they cannot face that road, let them bypass the bridge that they face right near Lole there. Because it has come to be a death trap for we, the citizens. No way to cross the bridge. Because going around is a ditch and really afford this speed day, the river has got to and no to pass in that bridge. So we are called upon them to see how best they can fight that area and set the road for Campley to Brown.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. Let's take another person. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello, nursing, and to your listening audience.
Let's hear you. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm Stanley Yanfo, and I call you from Maria residence.
Stanley, let's hear you.
Yeah, so my concern has to do with the Ralphie Highway Road. You know, nursing, this government is a very failure government. They have failed the Liberian people. This government, since 3 years, His Excellency President Dr. George, we have started this road. Up to the people can't finish the road. Tell me, are they going to finish the road in a years? Up to now, they have not finished the road that has already been started by the past government. Up to now, they have not finished this road. This government has failed the people. Another thing has to do with the president building mansions. Whereas he has never, ever, since he been to power 3 years now, he has never built a single thing for ordinary Liberians that like what was done in the previous government. You build mansions, but you forget about the people. You need the people. Even your own parties at this point, you neglect them. And you want to say you appoint a National Election Commission, they like it, they can appoint Joe Boaka. 2029 will put this government out.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your input tonight. Let's take the next person. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Nelson.
Good evening. How are you? What's your name and where you joining us from?
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. I'm Richard Marish. I call you from my usual residence.
Richard, what's on your mind?
Yeah. Let me first respond to that fellow. 2029 wait for you people. But what I really call to say, to you, Nelson, and the listening public, especially my president. I think all the hula follow the decisions are following, making it right. That's not what our interest is. Our interest is how best govern this country so that the people can see the benefit of this country. That is to say, I want him to look within his backyard. The ministers, deputy ministers, head of agencies, including our lawmakers, the gasoline coupons that they are receiving, they can cut that money. I mean, that amount of money for now. For the next 2 years, allocate that money to LPRC to be able to reduce taxes or tariffs on the gasoline that we're currently using. That will help also that Liberian people, the pinch that Liberian people are going on the cost of transportation will reduce. Other than that, it will not stay away because
thank you for your input tonight.
Goes in this country. People will use that against him that, he's the one that hacking the gasoline and he's not interested in the Liberian people. So they let the minister salaries and gasoline be reduced and sent to everybody to reduce the situation.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. Let's take another person. Hello, your name and where you joining us from. Let's hear you.
I'm Abraham and I call from Booster Island.
Abraham, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I want to extend my condolence to one of our panelists, Omen Jackson, for the loss of his beautiful wife, Tony Jackson. And I'm very excited and we thank God that he been released from all this guilt. I think the Gestapo of Honorable I.G. Coleman has no jurisdiction over him now. We hope that one day you can call in and have us informed on how the situation will be from now on to the time of burial, whether it will take the month of South Africa or they will bury her here. We are in prayer. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much for your input. Hello, your name and where you joining us from. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, you're live on the show.
Yeah, my name is Pam.
What's on your mind? Let's hear you.
What is on my mind is to do about the Samuel Jazzy man. You see, my brother, the poor people are suffering in the country. If I was just poor man and his wife together, his wife died. Then they say the woman died from sickness. The Liberian government not coming out, so the police not coming out, they just coming grab that man straight, lifetime prison. But let's say here around, even a woman was saying he acted on a woman, he passing around. No justice in the country. And to
so yeah.
They can be saying that they get children beyond a big men all because of money. They're supporting our children. See what happened in Ghana or worker from Metal C. He's going to jail now because of woman business.
So
two of them moving, they went to a hotel or raping banana account all the parents when they were loving giving money, the parents were not talking. Now they not for raping case on the men going to now for lifetime. So I'm begging the parents, you're pass your children. So long you honor age, go sit down, move from behind the BB men and the BB men to the daily children, the society and the in. The society and the in are the law. The small children because they can't go around BB people, the BB people are open. And they control money, the people being that money for here with the control money beneath. Because when the money can only for the representative, it for the Liberian people.
Okay.
So that money here with a new money coming in Liberia.
Thank you. But before you go, let me just provide some quick information. Yeah. So you said they on the same Johnson case because that B man, so some kind of poor man, the person will still be in South Beach. But the way the law works is a bit different from the way we see it from outside. So for example, when such a thing happens, the first thing that will happen is that the police, once somebody carry that report or the police get to notice that, the police will move in. They will investigate how the thing happened. They will put their pieces of information together. When the police investigate and the investigation show that they think that normal death, they will say, okay, you go, nothing happened. But if the investigation say, something happened in the whole thing that was happening, something happened, something not correct, then they will look at the thing that happened that not correct, they will come out with charges. But it doesn't end there. Even with the charges, they will send that person to court. That the court now will look at the evidence that the police put together. Then the court decide whether that that person did it or that allow the person not do it. So if the person did it, then the person will go to jail. If the person not do it, then the person will be free. So like in the St. Jackson case now, the reason why they free him yesterday, they not free him because they say, oh, he do it or he not do it. No, they free him because the charges then why the police bring on him a bailable, which means your lawyer they can go, they can provide some guarantee to say that let him be outside while the case going through. All right, so that is stage the whole thing here on right now. So it not finish, it not finish here, and it not because he be man that why they allowing us. I know it our murder is non-bailable. So when it's non-bailable, it means that your lawyer can't secure bond for you. They can't go put any guarantee for you. You will be in jail. But all the other charges they bailable. That's why they releasing for.
I agree to it. But I was born in Liberia.
Okay.
I live in Liberia. I get it all. And I know what can happen in Liberia. So tell our poor man, lawyer or not, then I in so be long time. They will not even get his chance to offer the Jackson chance to come offer. That just say be done.
All right.
That
Thank
just say be done. We are Liberian. Same Jackson, he be man for CDC, he be man for the 1 year. Left come first. About my sister will particularly will say Jackson will be in jail.
All right, thank you.
Then people they be running after him because.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, Mama. I appreciate you for your input tonight. But we're gonna take more of your calls. I see the CEO is trying to join in. 0555-101075 is the number to call. We take this person. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Let's hear you. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. About spoon network, I sometimes feel that when I leave from Moray and go Banga, I hardly listen to spoon. Most of all, we don't have the internet phone. You can only get spoon through internet phone. And so I always call in a spoon. We want for you people to apply certain effort. At least we are in a rural area that will be need to spoon to not only are they memorable, can they say that's one helpful. All right. Control about spoon in Bangladesh and say that we are the radio station the first spoon.
Okay, thank you. That's a great concern. Management is definitely taking note of that. But thank you, man. We appreciate your input tonight on the show. That's a very great concern there. Keep your calls coming to 0555-101075 tonight, and you'll be live. This is Spoon Talk. We're live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1, Super 95.5 FM, Voice of Liberia 104.1, and a host of other radio stations across the country. Let's see if we take this person. Hello, you're live.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. It's good to have you on. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Chokon calling from EW.
Chokon, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I have two things on my mind. The first one is the setting that the president called this garden about to go sit.
Yeah.
They shouldn't get anything. It's got their job. That what put power for. The president shouldn't get nothing.
But okay.
Yes, that what we elected them.
Okay.
And the next one, I appreciate the president for the people then that came into this country for the how they call it, the building, how they call it?
The real estate?
The real estate people, yeah. So, people just build all over the place. They just build anything that they see there. And that's thing that they want to build that they build. Other countries, you lose that the president and the government can determine you to tell you what to do. But in Liberia, we can just build anything. Anything. Along the middle, in the corner, you just go people build anything. So I tell the president, thank you for the people to come in to build the real estate. It will be fun for us.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. We take another person. Hello, your name and where you joining us from? Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Adam Kane, nursing girlfriend, member of Municipal Intellectual Bureau, Joseph Wagaison. Nursing, the thing that really on my heart, my one that Sabu Raska. Sabu Raska always very president. They made an old man. They made in the country. They made Utolo at least when not even let him.
but pray, let him succeed. When they go here, and the last thing beyond sent over to say it's from the school. When you always let
listen, Adama, listen now, Adama. No, listen now.
My money was soon finished. I beg you. And the second thing, I beg you. Tomorrow I'll call you answer my call. And I'll call you answer my call. I beg you, Papa. I beg you.
You know, Adama, the way you tell the team, my man, now how the team looking. You know, I didn't say you called me. I want to say you call me.
I know, but I beg you, I'm talking point. I'm there now. You know, when you go with me, there is
but my man, I'm not there. But thank you. Thank you.
Tomorrow I'll call you. Please answer my call next thing. When you busy, get them busy. I'll wait some more, please.
All right, Adama, thank you. Thank you for your input.
Okay.
0555-101075 is the number to call tonight. You'll be live on Spoon Talk. Let's go ahead, take this person. Hello, let's hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
Brother, the husband calling from PJAB tomorrow. I read it on my mind every day when it happens. I feel glad. The whole tension at the border, the Liberian border, and some of all Liberia there, Liberian there go fight Liberian people who calling for war. But His Excellency Joseph Boakai, who has the wisdom, to wise enough to go the diplomatic way. So to be frank with now that day when I don't hear any noise coming from the border. I mean, moreover, yeah, I have my people there in Nima, in Ganta there. You know, it was worrying me when this tension all blowing up. But now and then, even radio people talking, oh, the president did, and now we should get it out of there. Yeah, we will honor peace, reconciliation, diplomatic channel. Here we go. So I feel very happy every day, and I learned from a Spoon Talk that I think the Guineans have started withdrawing the truth. So us like let us war is now good. When you fight war, even you have defense, you seek has some custody on your side. So I just tell the Honorable, the Excellency Joseph Imaba, thank you for the wisdom that you apply. And to that note, gradually there will be peace forever and ever. To God be the glory. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your input. Hello. You're live.
Yeah,
let's hear you.
Hello, Nelson.
Hello, you're live. Let's hear you, ma.
Yeah, Nelson, the show over there is funny on the whole world. People are hearing from you. Well, there are some men, every time when they man come on the show, he will always act you, and he will not talk anything good about the Liberians. He will just talk what he feel that is good for him. Then why are you gonna be having him on the show? That is the only thing that on my mind.
But I see reason we're having you on the show for too, mama, so you can tell your own too. You laugh. There's still reason we can get a first of all. I see reason we can get on to Netflix, so you can tell your own on your mind too. All right, thank you for your input tonight. We appreciate you. 0555-101075 is the number to call tonight. You'll be live. Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Blessed evening.
Pleasant evening.
This brother, look what you see.
I mean that Easter greeting there. Blessed evening.
Blessed, yeah, blessed evening, my brother. Give the blessing to the man. Look, this honorable Jacob Koluba. Jacob Koluba is now trying to justify on going on air that he did not say that the Guinean owned the land. I mean, and they play the video over and over. First time to go repeating why His Excellency Joseph Boakai. When you see the truth shall set you, say the truth shall set you free. Jacob Koluba, a reporter on your spoon the tower. But he said, according to a reliable source on a map, they put a map yellow A for Guinea. He started bullet. He's a man, what you can't denying it. He said, I realized, let you apologize to Liberian people. You set him representative. Then you should be defending the country. Then you that second side when another government say that the Guinean president is friend. So you get Koluba. I don't know what penalty, but with me to be friend with you. If I in the house, I'm gonna also love it that you be expert from that house there. You just say things out of your mind. You don't think twice. So I beg you, if you really love Liberia, let you apologize to the Liberian people. Now you did say was Spoon Talk loud and clear and re-recorded, and they are playing, you hear it, that the portion of the land that marked on the map yellow, the high reliable source information that belongs to Guinea. Let me lie low today. Stay in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your input tonight. We take another person here. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Let's hear you.
Hello?
Hello, you're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, nothing. Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead quickly.
Thank you all. This is Ben Johnson. I am the member of the Party Elected Bureau.
Ben, let's hear you. What's on your mind?
Yeah, what my mom has to do with my county, Liberia County. You know, of course, I am the member of the Party Elected Bureau. But then, my concern has to do with our civil lieutenant.
Okay.
Nothing. The last time 2 years was the civil lieutenant behavior in the county. The man is corrupt. The man, you know, to loot our cover on.
Ben, are you there? Ben, can you hear me? Oh, we lost Ben. Oh. But see you. Welcome to the show.
Merci, Colin.
No. See you. Let me do the official welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, members of the diplomatic corps. The pleasure is mine to introduce the honorable.
That's scam.
I'm doing proper introduction again.
You're not getting that scam. You try it hard, man. You can't make it. I mean, we see scam with no scam.
Yeah. No, I will still do the introduction and next day.
No, but man, I won't do introduction at first.
No, I will be doing my introduction this time. Anytime.
But man, wait, how you force introduction? I won't do introduction, man.
Yeah, I can do it like, bro.
Yeah, man, you want for introduction. But let's see how you doing today, man. Say Gongano. This say guy can give me hard time. Gongoano, and you know. Man, there's no reason why this guy would be, you know, I thought I was my man. I think this guy from Houston, Texas, I think he is. But at the end of the day, you know, he's MDR man, he from Nema County, he's Jeremiah Coon man. So we are on different side of the aisle because the man let Jeremiah Coon, I let Jeremiah Coon, that's him. We are on different side of the aisle.
The man has a clearly defined side right now.
Yeah, the men are MDR, man. The men are, who's the MDR chairman? Who's this guy? Cooper Cry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Labor Minister.
Cooper Cry. Yeah, the men are MDR chairman. You know, everybody hustling now. The public got to hustle. But at the end of the day, we want to say, so Nelson, we're going to talk about printing new money again. What happened with the old money?
Well, that's
what happened with the old money.
That's a question that
I thought it said Joe, we have printed $1,000 bill and $500 bill. So open the line. The government is about to print new money. That's one of the main reasons the government is calling back the lawmakers, right? They want to print new money, and we'll discuss that tonight. And also people are asking about. They print the money, you're not printing money plenty now. What happened with all the old money? That's a fair question. The thing is getting scary. The government is printing billions of Liberian dollars, billions, not even millions, billions. I think some of this document are getting scared. So when I announced on the show 2 days ago that the government will be printing money, people said, "Still, how do you know?" Because I know the government want to print plenty of money, but you're eating some of the money. Where all the money going? The dirty money, the clean money, the one my Ellen printed, the one John Ware printed. Do they recall the money? They call the money back, the inflation, the deflation, the everything. And that's not the only thing, though. The government, as of May 1st, will be increasing the people's taxes. The country is high, but they're increasing taxes too. So, but that's it, though. That's it. That thing probably hard to talk. So I ask the Liberian people, I mean, maybe the people know more than I do, right? Those folks that listen to us now, so let's ask them before Jacob and the other people come to do the plenty talking. The government said they're printing new money. There's a letter from the president, right here. You know, they need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They say they won't print new money. Yeah, the letter, yeah. The letter was sent to Yomdi Kanga Lawrence, and the letter was sent also to Richard Nangwekun, the regime speaker, right? The people say they want to print new money. So then taxes going up in the country, everything going up. You know, that's how you spell UP, Unity Party, UP, up, right? So everything going up. And I don't know if these recommendations from Jeremiah Kuhn, you remember Jeremiah Kuhn talked about what things prices are going up, right? You remember the president said he should hold on to that committee.
Yeah,
but he submitted his proposal, his recommendation. So the Jeremiah Kuhn tell the president say increase taxes? Where the tax coming from? They say GTS, they say VTS, they say all the S, that tax, my people. By $1, by $2. So what the Liberian people saying? You go buy a sugar, you buy now, you know, the street of Hormuz, right? The street of Hormuz. Few prices go up high. I went to the Wawa Nelson to buy fuel, to buy gasoline for the car, right? And to tell you the truth, I told him I cannot. Usually I just say, yes, the card, give me fed up. Usually, whatever the amount is fed up. And I said, I told the truck, I said, give me fed up. The thing just there, the thing just going up. It's just going up, going up. I said, fed up premium. Premium is the top grade, right? It makes the car engine to run smoothly, clean, and whatsoever. But it just going up. That's it. The thing go to $89, it can't stop. Then the gas gauge went to a half tank. Then it's still going up. I like, no man, hold
$89 and it's still going up.
It's still going up. So I said, no, hold on. I said, but what happened? The guy said, look at it. Next thing, it's $5.59 for a gallon.
Wow.
$5.59. $129 before that thing even say, yeah.
Wow.
I was driving today. I had more Adi on the phone. More Adi called me. I said, man, what are you calling me for? The person said, man, I just want to check on you. I was driving. I had more Adi. I said, well, you see how much I pay for gas? I said, well, you see? But I said, yeah, my man, I true gas, this thing, everything. In Ghana, in Germany, you know, and we begin to compare. Next thing I get, the hair just went in my eye. The hair just went in my eye, next thing. Yeah. The eyelashes, something just dry in my eye. You know, what the women can say, it right on your, next thing. It just went in my eye, I can feel it. Yeah. But to tell you the truth, all the press, I don't know in your area though, and you just open the line. People will not be going to work. People are, I don't know, even Uber price going up, and everything is going up. Somebody said they just pay $101
to fill
that tank. Open the line. They ask people how much for the, I mean, it's not easy. It's not only Liberia. But when the government tries to now increase taxes now, right, on other goods and commodities, that's a problem. So I ask the people. That's it. Take a phone call. My eye is giving the eyelashes something way in my eye. That's it. Let me go take care of it. Yeah. It hurts me.
All right. So let me take some calls. What's your take on the whole gasoline or petroleum product situation, and what do you think is the way forward? What do you think could be the role of the government here to ease the shock or the tension on the average citizen of the country? Let's take this first person. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Brother Nelson.
Yeah. Hello. Let's hear you. What's your take on this? Yeah. What's your take on this?
Yeah. The government need to make things explicit to the citizenry, because when I listen to the managing director of LPRC, he said there are enough of petroleum products that are being get. But if I can retrace, my APC economics told me that the available of the goods cost reduced in price. So if he said there are more petroleum product on the market, and let the Liberian to know why the price is hiking. Although we know the war in the Middle East is also hammering the distribution of petroleum products across the world. But telling the Liberian people that it is plenty, many of us have been driven that say it's plenty. Then with that economic theory, Karl Marx and Adam Smith, they told us that the more they go, the less the price. The higher they go, the higher the price. So you need to make it explicit to the Liberian people.
Thank you very much for your input.
Hello?
Yeah, thanks
because
a lot.
I'm using, orange two sides. Money not more because you're not using orange.
Thank you. Hello.
Next scene, this is Oscar calling from
Oscar, what's your take? What do you think can be done? How do you think the government can come in to ease this tension, especially for the ordinary people?
Next thing, the only thing the government can do to get with the Liberians the truthful information. You know, the thing is not Liberia alone, it's nationwide, all over the world. But you know, our government, those who work with the president, trying to deceive with the Liberians. So the only thing the president or the government can do is let them come out and tell the Liberians that we cannot control the price of gasoline because we don't have gasoline store in our country. We cannot produce gasoline. But for you to be telling us that you have gasoline on market and today we're buying diesel in Ghana for 1,300. Gasoline is 1,000. So I don't know. The government had to come and tell Liberia the truth.
Thank you.
Producing gas, we don't have control over it.
Thank you very much for your input. We appreciate you. See you. I think you're back. But the people are calling and the different views are being expressed. Can you hear me? Okay, so I think I take some calls. Going back to the line, this person. Hello. Yeah, I'm here. I thought you had some.
Yeah, I was trying to reset it. No. I'm trying to reset it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So you want us to take more calls?
Like I was saying before, you send the eyelashes to go in my eye, you cause my eye to have problem. Yeah.
That's more technology.
Technology, put it in my eye. So this is President Barker letter to Richard Coon, right? And the issue about the increase in taxes. I was saying, man, everything is going up. Everything is like it's nothing. Like, can you? I understand you guys need to do this approximately, but we gotta hit the street, Nelson. We gotta hit the street. The government say they gotta increase taxes, and I don't know if people are understanding the hardship though. If you look at LRA saying it's a must that they increase taxes, right? Double Jala and Finance Ministry, Gafwan, Gabriel Montgomery, what's the other guy name from LRA? Samuel, what's his name? All of them. Did they really feel the pain, the Liberian people pain? The people want to know, and everybody is asking though. Yeah, seriously. They want to know what actually happening to the government. Now, through these difficult times, the government talk about increasing taxes. And another thing you should consider, though, the $1.2 billion budget. It's an auto budget, just another scam budget, or you think the government will actually raise $1.2 billion? Then we start talking about recast. Look at this. Goods tax and service tax, everything going up. Everything going up. That's it. Everything going up.
I see from 12 to 13%.
It's going to go up again. So we will be having this conversation, and we get John B. Davis coming on again about Putu Mountain. Today, the committee met today. We got some development. We'll be talking about what the committee came up to. You remember Putu Mountain, who they going to give it to? Will they give it to AMR or will they give it to Planet One? Putu Mountain is a victim, billions of dollars. Who going to call the thing? Who going to take it? And we bring in George, political leader, Minister George Blabowisa on. He's coming on. John Davis is coming on. And I'm hearing that. I hate to go there though, but people forgetting about the border issue now, right? Should we talk about the border issue, Nelson? You went to the border. You at the time you look like a UN reporter with your blue helmet and your bulletproof press jacket. I was going to try you with bulletproof. You're going to see why it's bulletproof.
I'm going to use my hair as a shield because my hair was already protected. So
you had a bulletproof thing.
You think it drop.
Go Allen, you butt naked. You get naked. That skin butt naked will only say you get naked. You think naked can work? Go Allen butt naked. The bulletproof way. So, I'm just saying this to all. That it's good that you're joining us, right? Our reporter in Lofana, the man, we can't connect with the man anymore. The government acquired the man or something. That's it. What happened with our reporter, our local reporter?
We will try again tomorrow to get in touch with the man, but there's a serious network issue in that place.
No serious network issue. That's scary. The man know what, my man. I got to get in touch with the man. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We'll be having a wonderful program for you today. Things just getting rough. I don't know who fault it is. I'm not saying that President Boyka fault, but things just getting hard. Look. When Double Jala, give me Double Jala picture and give me Gafran picture, right? And these guys then, Gabriel Montgomery, give me all the picture. Look, the tax is going up. Then I want to say, my man, but we are printing money, let's print our money. Proposal for the printing of additional Liberian dollar banknotes. They want it. They're going to print new money. So, those of you on this beautiful Tuesday, April 7th, welcome to the show. Listen to it. Welcome to the show. Liberia Redemption. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you. We will be having a great discussion today. Everything price going up. We'll give you the report that Jeremiah Kuhn presented to Jose Yima Boyka. We want to know what actually in the report. You know, those of you that know Vice President Jeremiah Kuhn, you know, what did he tell the president that to increase everything that would be able to bring about $1.2 billion? Or that just everything that just return to status quo ante. So the lawmaker that will be coming back on Thursday, what on the agenda? Are they coming back to remove Yaka Koruba, to suspend Yaka Koruba? Would that be a good message for Unity Party? Now, here's the issue. And I want to take this time to enjoy myself. I see one thing in the bar. I will keep the man in the bar. Let me enjoy myself. Unity Party jail Prophet Key, right? Because you know that Unity Party jail Prophet Key, right? Nelson, who jail Prophet Key? That is speaker.
Alekodo, CEO.
Oh, not the speaker again. He said Alekodo. The Unity Party jail Prophet Key. And Martin Cody, Costa got to hustle because you got to get a goal coming up, and, you know, and do a little money thing. Then Unity Party want to remove Yeke Koruba. Is that a smart move for Unity Party? I'm just asking. Everybody that fought for you, you're trying to eliminate them and remove them and jail them and prosecute them. Is that a smart political move, my people? But my own, you know, I won't say what I want to say because someone else say, yeah, wait, okay, let me leave that one. If I'm going to say, so I want to say. But I'm kind of surprised though. Unity Party went after the people that fought for them. I mean, is that a smart political move? Today you jail Prophet Key. Is that smart thing? Prophet Key is still in jail. 6 months, Prophet Key is in jail. Nobody can talk for him. Is that a smart political move that the cat eating her own baby? No, that my people not say it. So the leaders in Unity Party that Profeki fought for, he calls Jowia Ma, he calls Jowia Pa, he calls Jowia Web, he calls everybody today, Unity Party, J. Profeki. And he say, hey, the man quiet now. Is that a smart political move though? Even if you say you don't care, that's fine. Today, Costa got to do a hustle and do a go man, and he quiet, he on the low. And you want to expel Yake Koruba and kick him out of the House of Representatives? Who benefit here? I see Jacob Jara, the student of the band for CMC, Jacob Jara. And I'm saying 1 2 tier 1 2. But
we're having session to Calabar on Friday to celebrate CMC member of the band.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You're going to, I can't go to Calabar. The guy that own Calabar said, man, he and this guy Thomas Donat own Calabar. The man get there and said that he alone own Calabar. Then the man asked me, I'm the CEO. I will sue you. You said that Thomas Donat the left own Calabash. Who told you that? I said, but Thomas Donat tell me. Go and ask him. The man said, but Thomas Donat died. I said, but they arrest my case. The guy let me say, yeah, you blaming me when Thomas Donat. Yeah, you know, that's funny, right? And Thomas Donat out my band, man, his soul rest in peace. So what happened is that he said he got shared in Calabash. The current owner said, CEO, he called me and said, man, I'm fair with you. Thomas Donat, the owner of Calabash, I know. I said, oh, for you. He said, yeah. He said, man, I will sue you. Hold on 1 minute. Yes, Stanton.
So looking at the whole situation here now, Wanto and Chico, the CEO witnessed fire away. So it makes the whole the whole situation very difficult.
So, but you know, people don't understand, right? The man asked me. The man CEO I bet with you. And don't mind, I went to Calabash in Liberia. I enjoy the place there. Check out the fish. One thing the fish have bone and thing, right? So the man called me, the man said, my man, I will sue the man. The man said, Calabash is not owned by Thomas Donat. I said, okay, brother. Who owns Calabash? The man said, I can show you my paper. I said, so you want to sue me because I say Thomas Donat is owner of Calabash, your share the thing. I say, alleged that somebody tell me my sources. The man said, but you got to tell me your sources. I said, I don't do that. I don't reveal my sources. The man will push me. I said, okay, I'm going to break the law today. That Thomas do not tell me that he part owner of Calabash. Yeah. So go to court now. Let the court go ask Thomas Donat. So my issue is, I'm you're going to enjoy Calabash. The man say, not my friend, nobody. I say, God bless you. That is business. But everyone ask, the man doing extremely well with Calabash, by the way. You guys go there, you drink a lot, you smoke cigar, you eat your jacket. It's a good place to go, you know, and I hope they keep it on a high grade because we're happy that the small getting plenty to that place. And that's what some of you can go there for. Yeah.
Life is a celebration. That's why we go to celebrate life.
No, I'm not saying that, but small getting plenty get. How you feel good and think that you and Joseph Chelsea will go Calabash and get plenty small getting there, you know? It creep my skin. It creep my skin, you know. How you go to Calabash and get?
Don't go to Calabash.
Oh, we on air? Oh, we on air? I didn't know.
Don't go to Calabash.
I didn't know what on air. Jacob, I didn't know what on air. I'm sorry, Chief. That you and how you call the guy that other lawyer? What's his name? Goo, Councilor Goo.
Me, Councilor Goo, and Governor Clinton. The three of them were looking for a job. Jesse out there.
Governor is not in the country, so that you and Goo on your Calabash thing.
I don't go there. I don't go there for some reason.
Can you, Chavasi myself will be, I'll drag them there, they get choice.
So Snow is back in the country. Snow have returned home. Snow back in the country. Snow came and he had fun and he went home. Snow is back in the country when people Snow tired now, a man and patrol all over. That's something I won't say, but somebody tell me not to say. Snow went somewhere and what happened there, I really want to say it, but I'm not allowed to. I really want to say it seriously.
So Nelson, what happened to the border? Man, we hear from you since your trip to the border.
Oh yeah, the situation at the border is getting calm by the day. Just that we still have the presence of
Nelson, don't do that. Nelson, don't do that. Don't do that, Nelson. Nelson, don't do that.
Oh.
I mean, it's so obvious when you come up with that line that you're getting calm by the day. You are not even reporting from the border. You come with that tabata that you're getting calm by the day. When last time at the border? When last time at the border you say you're getting calm by the day? What kind of medicine?
That's
Are you a yellow journalist? When last when you at the border you say you're getting calm by the day, Nelson? Why are you getting calm by the day?
We got sources at the border.
There's an embarrassment, Nelson. There's an embarrassment.
We established serious network when we're at the border. So we talk with sources at the border.
But bring a picture, bring a video. Right? I mean, oh God, man. I mean, that's it. How the border getting calm by the day, the Guineans shoot by withdrawal and they run it, they retreating. What kind of report is that, Emmanuel Joy? What kind of report am I giving up?
When I saw Nelson, it reminded me, I said, Nelson is embedded with the troop. You know, we saw that or embedded in the troop. Or somewhere.
But on a serious note, John Davis coming here. We're going to do part 2 of the Putu Mountain. And John Davis, the intellectual, the governor, the man that want to play safe. You cannot play safe. A lot of stuff took place today, but I'm surprised. And a lot of you here, I want to say I'm happy to have you. Can you imagine the government is asking for more money? What happened with the $1,500 Joe we have printed and left there? The money is not in circulation. The government is asking to print more money. And all of that, of course, the government is saying that they're going to increase the people's taxes, increase hardship on the people. Your sugar, your flour, your everything. The government is saying that they're going to increase it. So what's going on with the government? Who talking? What actually happening to this government? Now everything is going up, UP up, UP up, UP up. Everything is going up. I understand when you talk about fuel in the country because they got to open the street of Hormuz. Is that having an effect also? And I just want to remind the Liberian people, have you forgotten the yellow machine? The yellow machine in Ivory Coast, though, y'all know that? I didn't know we had a contract with the Ivorian government that the yellow machine should stop at Ivory Coast and then they would drive all the way back home. I didn't know that. Jacob, what happened? Is the yellow machine in Ivory Coast? They make a first stop there. They're going to offload the ship, and then they're going to drive the yellow machine through Nema County into Monrovia. Is that how it works?
Was that part of the plan, or something happened?
I don't know. Let's ask Johnson Chester. Johnson Chester, was that part of the plan?
Oh, man, this is the Unity Party government. Anything possible.
But what are yellow machine going to do in Ivory Coast?
We should be asking your man, Jeremiah Queen.
No, Jeremiah Queen is not on the yellow machine committee again.
No, man is.
No, it's Samuka. It's Samuka.
No, Jeremiah Queen, he negotiated the purchase of the machine. He went China. He made all the negotiations. So
no, man. Again, I will say this to you. Emmanuel, you quiet. Did you tell the government to take the yellow machine to Ivory Coast? Do you know that 2 of the yellow machines were spotted in Sierra Leone? If they were spotted in Sierra Leone, the Liberia National Police went and confiscated it and brought it back to Liberia. It had Joseph Boakai picture. It had everything on it. How did our yellow machine get to Sierra Leone? Now, the bunch of them in Ivory Coast. What's going on? Is the yellow machine story changing small yet? The ship, Sekou Douga said the ship couldn't come to Liberia because one of the biggest vessels ever. It stepped on the street of Hormuz. It made the way through Hormuz, and it came and stopped in Ivory Coast. Emmanuel George.
Oh, so I mean, trade routes have been disrupted, maybe as a result of that, of the crisis.
But what would the yellow machine? What the yellow machine doing in Ivory Coast?
We can ask former Minister Samuka, but I think they had this justification that was being floated by our brother Mohammed that the port is not big enough for the vessel, so they had to stay in Cote d'Ivoire. And
that's scam.
They were going to get a smaller. That's what
that's scam, man. I'm not listening to my man. That's scam. My man know that's scam. Yeah, that's scam.
So I think that may be the conversation. But in Sierra Leone not a serious issue. Maybe they gave some.
No, but this is very serious though, Jacob. And guys, the yellow machine in Ivory Coast for what? I mean, we got to hear from some guy. They're going to offload the ship and leave somebody in Ivory Coast. They will leave the Tantan away in Ivory Coast. Was that part of the agreement? Jacob. Jacob, can you unmute? Was this part of the agreement?
No, I mean that was strange to me. I heard that. I thought that the ship was obviously coming to the yellow machine, obviously coming to Monrovia's port. Yeah, about Ivory Coast. So what are they going to do? Are they going to get it on trailers and stuff like that, bring it to Monrovia? That's a lot of equipment there, right? A lot of machines.
My man, I'm asking y'all, the people want to know about the yellow machine. Everybody was in Zico, everybody happy. Now the yellow machine took a detour in Ivory Coast. The Liberian people got to know that the yellow machine is in Ivory Coast. So what's happening? And I hope people understand. We hear from Samuka on this one. I will call Samuka. Samuka asked for $4 million for the yellow machine, and he used almost $2 million already, right? Just to transport the yellow machine, almost $2 million is gone. Am I correct? And Samuka will be running for election in Lofa now. So, my man, the puppet pop boarding, my man. The puppet pop boarding. Samuka pop boarding. You know, I mean, Samuka been hustling already, getting yellow machine with $4 million a year. So we in 2027, 2028.
And
in 3 years' time, Samuka will be having a $12 million budget for yellow machine. The man finna winning Lofa County election.
And the whole yellow machine committee looks like a whole government ministry that has been organized though, because.
But people are saying the committee have taken the power away from Roland Giddings.
Yes, that's how it looks to me.
Yeah, that's a sub-public work committee right there. It's like a whole public work ministry now.
Because Brownie said he's like a cabinet minister, he's making minister level salary, deputies are like deputy minister.
And Brian only report to Joseph Yuma Baka, the president.
Yeah.
He will not report to Roland Giddings. Wow. This is interesting. We got John Davis. John Davis gave us money laptop.
That looks like a new ministry with additional burden on the national budget. So.
Well, what do you think if they're asking for more money? They got to pay Samuka, right? So 12212, snow is coming to your end. We'll talk about that. We got Putu Mountain coming up, right? We got Putu Mountain discussion. We get the printing of new money, to tell you the truth, the printing of new money, and we get the increase in taxes. I mean, this is a serious issue. The people situation is at hand, and we got yellow machine, yellow machine somewhere else in Ivory Coast. And I don't know how the Liberian people, it look like they get tired with the yellow machine thing too, though. Is that only me?
No, a lot of people. I think the president has to put his foot down and give an alternative, because the truth is a lot of people are anticipating a yellow machine, and there's been one information to another. In all fairness, I think people should be hard on the committee to ask what's wrong. What's happening. If it's a financial issue, they have to speed it up, because when the public have high anticipation, reduced anticipation can limit the impact of a specific project. So I think it's fair enough that people are concerned, and it's also fair enough that the committee should be fair and honest with what's happening.
But wait, committee should be fair and honest with what? Whatever honesty you're talking about.
I mean, to just explain what's wrong, what's the delay, because I think that's the most important thing. I think, Stanton, in my understanding of governance, transparency in communication to public can reduce a lot of skepticism. Like we spoke about the issue of the border. If the
I'm not
committee can be
understanding
very
you.
honest,
I'm not understanding you. Committee should be honest for what? Then you say what's wrong.
they should let people know what's happening. What really the hindrance for the yellow machine? That's the most important thing. You know, let them communicate to the public what's going on. For me, I don't know what's happening. Maybe you have better information than me, or maybe Jacob or Emmanuel do. Honestly, don't know.
John, you got to give her another 15 minutes, my brother. I can see you in the back. We'll bring you on. Emmanuel, let's talk about the yellow machine here, right? Because a lot of money running, $2.3 million went all of the window already. I don't know what Samuka used it for, right? I really don't know. But we pressed Samuka when he went to Mika. $2.3 million went easy. It went out. Now we are talking about the machine taking a break in Ivory Coast, right? And don't tell me that the people like yellow machine. We know that. The people love yellow machine. But the yellow machine story now turning to be a sepe. You know? Yeah, it's like a sepe story now, though. Talk to me, Emmanuel.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was going to take between 6 to 8 months to get everything situated. Hiring of new employees, training people. When former Minister Samuka came on this network, he spoke to that time period. So there was no pre-preparation for the arrival of the machine. Everything were not in place. They came before preparation started. The unfortunate thing that we have now is that the machine is sitting in Cote d'Ivoire because the ship cannot berth in Liberia. That the free port of Monrovia is not big enough, and the main concern with what you revealed now is that they found the machine in Sierra Leone. That's the one that is mind-boggling.
No, they said the Sierra Leone part. At least they're not just joking.
How did they get that far?
Why should I joke? Why should I joke? 2 of the machines were brought back from Sierra Leone. Jacob don't do that. I'm telling the people information. He said I'm joking. 2 of the machines. It's not a joke.
So that's why.
I reached out to Samuka and asked him. I reached out to Samuka to ask him too why the machine were doing Sierra Leone. I don't joke, my brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just joined the competition standard. What did you say?
Our machine finding a way in Sierra Leone. They got a bunch of them in Ivory Coast right now sitting there. Bunch of the machine in Ivory Coast.
Okay, according to you, they took machine from Liberia and carried to Sierra Leone.
Just join the conversation way. You follow through.
Okay, sorry. I'm alarmed that
you follow through.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much. I was just wondering. All
right. You got join the conversation. You want to tell about it. You follow through. But this is crazy though, right? And you know, the yellow machine, everybody was happy. You know, we got mad when what's the woman named Mama Kabelite came out in a yellow jumpsuit, and, you know, to talk about she won $84 million. And thank God Jeremiah couldn't save the day. And, you know, some people may disagree, but he did from 84 to 20 something. And, you know, that's fair enough. But the first half of the yellow machine came in the country, and the second half now it can't come. We're waiting for it. Then what happened? And, you know, and then they said the machine can't come. You got to make a stop in Ivory Coast because that big ship bringing the machine. Hey, my people. Hey, my people. Then in the process of time, 2 of the yellow machines that came in the country found a way in Sierra Leone. So when I heard the information, I reached out to Samuka. I said, Minister, what's going on? How did our yellow machine get in Sierra Leone? He said, we are investigating. He said, I'm telling you. He said they are investigating. But who took the yellow machine to Sierra Leone? 2 yellow machines.
I asked a question like that when former Minister Samuka about his equipment disappearing across the borders and stuff like that. Wow.
So, but Emmanuel, Dr. Richardson, Jefferson Chesson, 13212, Herons, Fubi, this is some serious thing. And the bunch of the yellow machines sitting in Ivory Coast, they're trying to get, now the message spent $2.3 million just to transport the machine from Freeport to wherever they are. Isn't that what you say? Imagine they put up of millions of dollars, man, to transport to set office and to hire people, $2.3 million. I mean, some kind of my man though, but this is outrageous, right? This is some kind of, I don't know. Anyway, the person will lead that one. So
still, I'm afraid that the governance structure around that yellow machine may not work. Because I really need to go back to the public works. Because we got public works, we get them budget, we do everything. Then we create another ministry. Because that's another ministry Samuka is running down there.
So let's give you guys chance. That Rich is saying, let's set it basic. We're about to start the show. John Davis is getting ready. We'll go back and talk about the Putu Mountain. We'll talk about the printing of new money, of course, the people printing new money. The president asked the lawmaker to come back. The question remains, what happened with the one John we are printed and left there, right? The $1,000 bill that they were making it rain, right? The $500 banknote and all those banknotes. What happened with that money? And the money that we pay to allow the company to print new money. But hold on now. Why the government printing new money? They say they got surplus budget, and the government increasing the people taxes on flour, on rice, on sugar, on everything. They're increasing the taxes. It's right there. Fuel price going up and everything going up. So what become of our people? So the government said, Joseph Yima, the president, said he will call the lawmaker back and pay them almost $6 million for them to come sign the people to print new money. Yeah, pay them almost $6 million. There is no financial discipline yet, though. So the first conversation now, we finish saying hi to each other. Don't go to say hi and greet one another. Hello, Dr. Richard saying hello, everybody. Yeah, hello. Finish. Let's get into it. The yellow machine, Dr. Richard saying. It's scary how you're looking right now, man. It's very, very confusing.
Yes, Stenson. Hello, everyone. Hello to those who are listening to us. I'm happy for Spoon because we have an opportunity to hear what is going on in our beloved, I like to call it our beloved Liberia, in a way that we never did before, hearing it in real time. I know, Stenson, Jeremiah Cohn, you like to say, did a wonderful job in terms of reducing the price for the yellow machine. But who bears the responsibility for making sure that we have good pricing for the yellow machine? I believe that, President Joseph Boakai, Vice President Jeremiah Cohn, and the rest should have thoroughly assessed, to make sure that we're getting a fair price for the yellow machine. So when you talk about him, you sort of talk that he was doing this wonderful thing, or this great thing for Liberia, and we should, kudos him or basically tell him thank you. But I actually think that was part of his job as the president, as the second man in command. He should be responsible to make sure that everything works well for Liberia. So that's my first thought about the yellow machine. My second thought is that I don't know how the yellow machine ended up in Sierra Leone. I want to agree with Jacob Jala. For some reason, people thought that this bringing yellow machine to Liberia was going to be the be all and cure all and end all. I personally did not think that. And I also question, why should we have a Ministry of Public Work, Ministry of Justice, other ministries, and then develop another agency? I believe I said this on the show. We could have members of all of these different agencies serving as a task force, to make sure that the yellow machine works, as opposed to paying a whole separate institution or agency, paying Samuka extra money and paying again to make sure that this yellow machine works effectively in Liberia. I don't agree with that policy. That's what those guys are getting paid for. Lastly, since the yellow machine came to Liberia, do we know where they are? Besides, now we are finding out from this show that they are in Sierra Leone? Do we know where they are parked? Do we know when? Is there a schedule that they will be fixing? I'm coming center because I know you ready to cut me off. That they will be fixing the roads, when they will be fixing the roads, and how much value are they adding to the lives of Liberians right now? Those are the questions that I have. So thank you so much. I'm going to pass it on to the next person. That was my opening.
No, Dr. Richardson, I wasn't going to cut you off though, but we had a whole show here as to where the yellow machine are right now, right? They took the yellow machine somewhere. Diamond came on the show, he and the crew, they flooded the yellow machine to its new location. So we know where the yellow machine are. The first set of yellow machine, they're outside of the city. We know that.
Yes.
The next issue as to, go ahead.
When I asked that question, we were told that 18 or 19 of each machine were going to go to different counties. So that's what I'm asking about. Where are they? Are they in their counties? Are they on the road, making the roads better for our country? Are they working? Are they being effective, or are they just parked somewhere? So thank you for allowing me to elaborate on my question. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, but they are not. No, so some guy came on the show and said he came on this show, on your program, and said the yellow machine operation will be starting 2027. So there's nobody, there's no yellow machine in any county right now. They are still working, hiring people, working modalities, and the full operation late 2027 into 2028. Then they will start the yellow machine. So nobody get yellow machine in the
my
country
last
now.
thought about this, and I'm going to be quiet. So we wait until the yellow machine comes to our country before we work on modalities of how it works. Okay, I see how that works. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we're asking. But here's the issue, though. I'm receiving information. Let's have the conversation on the yellow machine, which is so important. That samuka is requesting, and this is huge. Let me just confirm this before we bring you in, Dr. George. And this is, if this is correct, samuka is requesting more money than we pay for the yellow machine. $51 million operational fund for yellow machine. It's like you buy yourself a printer and you go buy the cartridge for the printer and more. You know that my printer here, I pay $150, but I'm paying $250 for the ink. And after 3 months, or all depends how you use the ink, you go back again and pay another $250. It's the operation here with the yellow machine. Some guy is asking for $51 million. $51 million a year. Can you imagine? This is, listen, it hit me so hard when I heard this, and the Liberian people got to hear this. The yellow machine got stuck up in Ivory Coast because we got to dredge the port. That one I said could do that one of Wahala. They didn't think about it first. The next thing is that 2 of the yellow machine was found in Sierra Leone. The Liberia National Police brought it back to Monrovia. 2, how did it get there? And I asked Samuka, he asked him for $51 million United States dollars for operation of the yellow machine. They already gave him $2.3 million United States dollars just to transfer the yellow machine to set the office. The balls are back. Samuka will be running for election in Lofa County. The man. But you know, I got to get them 1, 2, 3, 4, poop, poop, ticket, oh, poop, poop, to get them straightened out, right? When I used to backs, you guys remember when I used to backs, you saw me backs before, right? 1, 2, 3, poop, poop, good job, poop, poop, you know?
I think you have that I saw you boxing. I know.
I think you're in the military, the 3 days you spend that.
Maybe like in Western, they used to do that day.
But Dr. George, you know the sense from the King, but you can disagree with Santo.
You fool! I was just
who says so? Wait. No. Hey.
Let's go back. You and Johnson will be at the Calabash.
He know the topic on a discussion. I would draw now, so he think I will be on our side. My man, I see this is talking home.
But on a serious note, though, Emmanuel, This whole yellow machine, I tell you to be of that. The whole yellow machine thing now, it's getting bad though. And the Liberian people got to know that it's really getting bad. Can you imagine the yellow machine now? Samuka is asking for 51 million United States dollars to operate a yellow machine. 51. We pay 21.6 million. The man asking double the amount we pay. There you go. Emmanuel just talk to me. What's going on?
Well, this is the government's signature project. A lot hinges on this project. The president have invested a lot of time for this to be successful. And at the end of the day, after all the buhala, all the rigmarole, all the controversy, all the struggle, finally, 137 of the machine came into country. One who have thought that the process power who have been strategically handled, knowing the level of publicity that this issue brought to the government. To now hear that the machines are stuck in Cote d'Ivoire, it reminds us, it gives us a reflection, a broad reflection of when President Joseph Boakai was vice president. He was given the responsibility to have oversight over the Ministry of Agriculture. And within that time, the Libyan government gave Liberia $25 million worth of farming equipment. For those of us who are young enough to remember, those equipment sat on the Tottenham Boulevard until many of them were getting destroyed on the Tottenham Boulevard before finally some of them made it to Lofa County. And today, there is still a question about that. I think Henry Costa did an entire show on that issue. So when we go back and think about what happened to that $25 million worth of equipment that were given by the Libyan government, and we have this situation now where we have our government have pumped in $20-something million for this machine. It's in country, 137 of them, and when it came in country with the interview we have with former Minister Samuka on this network, it was clear that there was no plan for the machine. He have the responsibility to start a whole process of planning. There have not been people hired for working those machines. Sites have not been identified. He had to do that process. So I do understand the amount of money they're requesting, because those machines are sitting down. They will have to be worked on. They will have to be oiled. They will have to be greased. They will have to be.
But so what do you mean you do understand? Do you agree with the amount? The first thing, they already spent $2.4 million. Let's get it straight because we got to move on. And the former minister is asking for $51 million. Do you agree? If you say you do understand, do you agree? That's a fair amount.
I don't agree with the amount, but I understand from where he's coming from. If that amount, because I have not seen a full amount to know what he's asking for. But if you have 137 machines in the country and you're expecting another batch to come in country, those machines have not been put to work. They're going to
So you agree indirectly because you say you understand where he's coming from. You understand where he's coming from, so you agree.
I do understand.
$51 million a year, and you understand where he's coming from. Hey,
well, again, no, I didn't. You have added a year. I say I have not seen the budget. Let me be clear with that. I've not seen the budget. You recently added a year. You did start with a year.
May God help Mr. Cummings.
You recently added a year. But
if
you have equipment sitting down for 8 months and nothing is being done with it, you will spend a lot of money for repair work, for maintenance work on machines when you are not using them.
Okay. All right, let me bring in Jeff. Let's see. Emmanuel George have agreed that it's a good price, $51 million. And he gave me reason also. So
no, I don't agree with the $51 million a year. I said I understand.
You say you understand. If somebody asks you a couple of things,
I understand that
in this political talking point, if you say you understand, and you put in reason as to because the machine been sitting now, you agree with it. It's not bad that you agree with the minister that he requested $51 million Chelsea, let's hear you. You understand too?
So, Stanton, you have $22 million for the machine. You have $51 million for operational costs, and $2.5+ million have already been given. So you talk about around $75 million just for yellow machine when the hospitals have no drugs, schools no teacher and no books. Civil servants are not being paid. You only bought yellow machine because you want to satisfy your own political wish, which is dangerous for our country. The level of dysfunction in this government, standing in my mind, is not accidental. It reflects the true failure in governance, the real failure of the Unity Party. That's what this dysfunctional act during the yellow machine period has shown. There's no coherence in the supply chain management, no transparent maintenance schedule, and no clear ownership. How can you take yellow machine, sell a whole ministry just to supervise yellow machine when public works should be the one responsible to handle this yellow machine? And I personally think that the president, let me stress on this public work issue. I personally think the president was afraid to give this yellow machine to public work because the team at the Ministry of Public Works has proven to be ineffective and inefficient. Just look at the composition of the Ministry of Public Works. Everyone there has worked except one person, Prince Tamba, the Deputy Minister for Technical Services. And I think this guy has been the one to draw a lot of professional happening at the Ministry of Public Works. I mean, everything good happening at the Ministry of Public Works, in my mind, I think it is Prince Tamba that is bringing that new innovation, because I worked with the guy at the African Development Bank. I saw the kind of work he did there.
Thank you. Let me bring in one to we get John Davis. Yeah, let me run quick because we got to bring in John Davis. So let me bring in the rest of the guys. I beg you, Jeff, it's good to have you on. Wato, let's hear you on this yellow machine issue. All right, let me bring in Fubi Henry. Wato is not ready. Fubi, are you with us? Let's hear you, Fubi.
Yeah, so good evening, everybody. So for me, my own disagreement would be bringing the yellow machine to the country and waiting for a whole year to pass before you even get it operational. Like talking about 2027, I think that was a waste of time. But on the issue of the 51 million, I would not doubt the figure until I see the breakdown and know where all the allocations will be going to, because to maintain the entire counties of the country and the manpower and having these yellow machines at different points, diesel costs, I don't know how much they're going to pay each person per salary, and all the different operations and what kind of work the yellow machine is going to be doing, the details of all of those. I don't think 51 million is a big deal, but until we see the breakdown, then we can disagree with some of the line items. But I think 51 billion seems to even be a small amount if you want to talk about real road maintenance. If that's what they're going to do with the money, then a lot of other things they're going to do. But how long they're going to maintain that 51 million, that's something we also got to look at as a package. But looking at the details.
Let me hold you that real quick. The yellow machine in Ivory Coast, you think it was poor planning? You took the banners, have consignment of yellow machine and took them to Ivory Coast. 2 were found in Sierra Leone. The Liberia National Police went and brought them back. It was at the Zone 6 depot. Again, we sent our crew there. They couldn't allow them to take the picture again and do a video. But the yellow machine now stuck up in Ivory Coast. So talk to me, Fubi.
Yeah, that's poor planning, 100% poor planning. To even bring it in the country and not ready to use them for a whole year to pass, that's more than poor planning. You know, it's out of whatever thing we're gonna say. It's very, very poor planning. If you didn't need a yellow machine now, there's no need to bring it in the country just to raise morale. Then you set it down for 1 whole year, send some to Ivory Coast because you can't put everything on the ground. You got some making their way to Sierra Leone. Maybe the next concern someone made their way to Guinea. And, you know, I think that's poor planning, and I don't think the government did well in that direction.
Let me remember, Yeke, it's good to have you, right? Before I bring you on, Yeke, let me bring in Jacob Jala. Jacob, we have started the show, but the yellow machine thing is hitting. And a lot of people got to understand a couple of things happened that is so bad. The starter was bad, right? With Mama Kabedete, and I'm hearing that maybe Mama Kabedete will be placed on sanction because with a whole different conversation, I will bring it to the people. Mama Kabedete and other people, they say they're going to grab them and put them on sanction. We'll talk about that. But let's talk about the yellow machine. I was briefed 2 days ago that they got list in this government 4 individuals or 6 to be placed on sanction, and if everything is true, they said they'll put Mama Kabedete and 1 judge on sanction and other people. I don't know who that judge is. But again, let me leave that story for a minute, right? The yellow machine stopped in Ivory Coast. 2 of them were in Sierra Leone. Thank God Liberia National Police brought them back. Samuka already spent 2.4 million United States dollars, and he asked for additional 51 million United States dollars. Imama George said it's good. What say you, Jacob?
Okay, so I'll make a quick fire point here on this issue, and I'm sure we want to move forward. The first thing is just to go back to my original argument on the whole yellow machine thinking. I always said, and I still maintain that position until I'm proven wrong. I don't trust government of Liberia managing logistics equipment of such a huge number. Because if you look at the record of government is very, very wasteful when it comes to managing logistics. Every year, government will buy equipment, buy a car before you make up your mind. No maintenance program. They're not able to keep it going, and you see wastage of scarce public resources on logistics. But seeing what I've seen in the last 20 years, the way government treat public asset, I was always skeptical that the yellow machine thing was a trap, and we face the prospect of wasting millions and millions of dollars on a yellow machine activity that will not yield the result that we want. And we've started seeing signals of that already. That's 1. 2, we're spending $50 million every year just on maintenance and operation of the equipment. That's another huge burden on the public purse. So my argument has always been, can we find some kind of private sector solution, some kind of way of running this equipment so that we avoid logistical nightmare?
And let me correct you, it's 51 million and change, not 50, 51 million and change, please.
Yes, about 50 million. And I talk about it a lot of time. Mittal is a multi-million dollars or even billion-dollar mining company. Do you know why Mittal took deliberate action to say, look, we want to get private, the service providers who have equipment, they can kind of lease the equipment, and we're stepping out of managing large fleets of logistical, something and all that kind of stuff? It's because of the difficulty associated with running large fleets of equipment. So 50 million every year we put out in the budget to run yellow machine, and we get hospitals, we got schools, D12, all Boston, all the schools are left dilapidated, nothing happening there. And we're wasting all the money, and then someone can then open a new ministry because he is the minister, you got a deputy.
Again, let hold you right there. We gotta go. Again, we gotta go. We gotta talk about the LDC issue today. Mohammed was at Mikat, and they talk about the Guinea, and they talk about Ivory Coast, and the government again they're increasing taxes on the people. But let's finish up the yellow machine issue. My brother Vendetta Patrick, yellow machine. Well, I mean, $51 million and 2.4 million is been used already, and the machine is stuck in Ivory Coast.
So, why some of us are very ungrateful and irrational? Somebody is saying they're supposed to build hospital, they should not have invested in yellow machine. As a matter of fact, I was one of those that really criticized the government when that huge amount was announced. We have to be honest at some point. Most of us sit here, have we traveled in some of the villages? The other day I was just in Bon County. Grand Basso, specifically number 3, Stanton. Cleaning is not just about nurses. The process in which an ambulance would drive in the forest to pick up a patient and bring them to a clinic or hospital. Nobody cares about that. We just feel that nurses will just be stationed anywhere. I think there has been some commitment, and we should employ the government for that, applaud them. First, we bid on them. They change the venue, they change the amount, and it came down to some 30 million. They say yellow machine will not come. The first consignment came 137. They arrived. We should be thinking about what are they doing with the 137 machines. For me, that is my concern. You brought it in the country. What are you doing about that? Secondly, I want to agree with somebody who said the $51 million. It's important to maintain 285 yellow machines. Look, Stanton, sometimes when government use a different method to fast-track development, we get angry. Yes, Minister of Public Works is doing everything. Yes, constructing roads. But if you want to fast-track national development, you got to use other methods. So our concern should be as to whether these machines will be, because they said 2026, this machine will be across the 15 political subdivisions of the country. So for me, I'm expecting 19 yellow machines by Gibi. From now to July, we expect them. If those machines are not distributed across the country, then there is a problem. But as it stands, we cannot continue to.
All right, thank you for that, Patrick. We got to go. You're not talking about the nurses, you're not talking about the clinic, and we're talking about yellow machine. No, Patrick. No, but that, I got to go. Let
yellow machine, I got CEO.
VP, I got to go. I got Samuka on. Samuka, VP, I got to leave you on this one, my man. They talk about yellow machine, you talk about clinic and hospital. I beg you back. Before you come back there, your time finished. I got to bring in the minister, said the minister that called, but before I bring him on, let me bring Yeke Koluba. Yeke, let's hear you quickly.
You talk about your own, they say yellow machine, to build roads. Nobody care about the other.
So, Stanton, let me say good evening to all of you.
Yeke, go ahead.
This yellow machine is going to be a liability on the Liberian people. Let me say this for the fact. If you can see the great metal steel hiring machine, if they can maintain their own machine, can government maintain machine? It's impossible. The money they spend on the machine is a waste. They should have spent the machine to revamp the GFK. They should have spend that money to revamp the GFK, go to Phoebe Hospital and other places, let the people get good treatment. The yellow machine will become a big liability on the Liberian people because at the end of the day, the machine will be formed to metal steel. They'll be renting into metal steel. And it is wrong. You cannot take the Liberian resources and abuse it. There's abuse of resources, and people need to be investigated for it. People need to be held liable for it. Because they know very well. Am I okay? Because they know very well that the machine was only brought for chopping. The chopping line are open. I remember when the minister came before us, when he said the money, he wanted $50-something million. I did my hand like they go to the recording and say chopping open. In session, chopping open. Look, we need to be frank and fair with the Liberian people. We brought this government to power, not to impress the Liberian people, not to suffer the Liberian people the way in which the Liberian people being suffered. Why are you coming to increase taxes? Why you even took money to buy yellow machine that they would use to times 2 the money for maintenance? Stanton, it's very frustrating to see that the machine, yellow machine, will become a serious liability and those machines will be rented to metal steel. Very soon, keep this recalling. Thank you.
That Richard, you okay, hear me? Can you say something?
Yes, we hearing you. We hearing you loud and clear now.
All right. I got the minister on, but I beg you, Russell, say something. Let me connect this real quick. We having some technical issue. Russell, you go ahead quickly. I beg you. Let me just connect this quickly.
Thank you, and good seeing everybody. They sound like some echo or something.
Yeah, I mean, your manager, I'm going to bring in Samuka. He's coming on. Just Russell, go ahead, back here. Let me connect this.
Okay, I was just saying good evening, good afternoon, good night. hello to everyone, all of our listeners and viewers. It's great seeing you all and my beautiful cousin-in-law as well. So, no, the issue with the yellow machine, Stanton, I think it's a good thing, but I am with others who think that it is just, we already have a bloated bureaucracy, right? So I just think it's just too much to add another bureaucratic entity to manage it when it could have been managed by the Ministry of Public Works. I mean, I think it's great. It's great investment, and it will, ultimately, once it get rolling, it's going to ultimately do some great things for the country. But having a whole separate entity to manage it is just, I don't think that was a wise decision. And if the
Russell, let me interrupt you. I think we're good now. I beg you, my brother, because we got.
Sure, go ahead.
We got the former minister, the samuka on, the person responsible for the yellow machine coordination. Welcome to the show, Minister Samuka. It's good to have you. Sorry that this is just impromptu. We didn't invite you, but you want to clear the air on these different issues concerning the yellow machine. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for giving me the privilege and opportunity.
You're quite welcome. Can you give us update information reaching us? I announced you already spent $2.4 million on the yellow machine. You said it at the MICAP interview, and you are requesting 51 million United States dollars for operation for yellow machine. The yellow machine is stocked up right now in Ivory Coast. Which one is true and which one is false?
Thank you very much. First of all, I never told you anything about $2.4 million. That's number one.
Minister, hold on 1 minute. Let me play. Minister, hold on. Minister, hold on 1 minute. Let me play your video. Minister, hold on 1 minute. Minister Samuka, I gotta play the video from Mika.
Somebody wanted to know how much money we are receiving now to start with the machines coming to start building the hubs. We have received about $1.5 million today. That is the process right now.
You got to listen to yourself, Minister. No, not begging. Hold on 1 minute. You went to Mika. You spoke at the Mika interview. I have the video. Hold on. Let's listen to it. No, hold on 1 minute now, sir. Hold on. Let's listen to your own. Let's listen to you. Let's listen to what you say.
Somebody wanted to know how much money we are receiving now to start with the machines coming to start building the hubs. We have received about $1.5 million today. That is being processed right now. Initially, when the first set of machines came, the totality of things, including all of those employed, was nearly almost $900,000.
Minister, you received 1.5 million and you received $900,000. If you add them both together, how much is it? No, but Chief, now wait now. You can't tell. But no, you gotta cool off. Stop screaming. Minister Samuka, you gotta cool off. You gotta cool off. You gotta no, sir, no, sir. I will not listen to you. I will not listen to you. If you want to speak, you gotta listen to us. But then you gotta wait. You gotta wait, sir. You gotta wait, sir. Minister Samuka, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. Then I will not give you a chance to speak. You gotta calm down. Minister Samuka, I will not turn you off. You and myself will go back and forth. You want to make out, I will play this again. No, you are not listening, Minister. You are not listening. You got to listen. You will not do this today. You got to listen. You are the minister. You are the one coordinating the yellow machine. Allow us to make our case and you can debunk us. You are being very, very different and strange today. All we're doing, we need clarification. Liberian people listen to you. You are being very, very sentimental right now. You went to Midcat. We played the video, and I will play it again. We'll give you the chance to respond to your own video. You said it. Let's go back to the video.
Somebody wanted to know how much money we are receiving now to start with the machines coming, to start building the hubs. We have received about $1.5 million today. That is being processed right now. Initially, when the first set of machines came, the totality of things, including all of those employed, was nearly almost $900,000.
All right, we gave you the chance now. 1.5 million received, 900,000 you received before. It gave us 2.4 million. You say that's error. Talk to us, sir. If you stay there, of course you can speak.
The way you present the information is incorrect. I have the facts. On the 22nd of February, 137 machines. Out of the 137 machines, all of the machines were transported from the port to Jamway. The cost for the delivery note, the chartering of the tractor heads, the chartering of the load beds, the chartering of drivers, the holding them on to make sure nobody else take them, for the next 7 days, amounted to over $900,000. That includes the administrative and operational cost. All of them went to the people. We end up owing them $57,000. Out of which $47,000 was paid. In my statement, I told you that the next consignment of shipping arriving is $168,000. Inclusive in that $168,000, our cost has to be borne now. For example, $1 million is going to the AFL for the construction of 8 hubs in the county before the machines that are arriving are deployed. $1 million. $1 million is going to the AFL now. Out of a total almost $2.8 million. The government is making available $1 million. 700,000 as I speak to you now. Go to the truckers union. 145,000 for the trucks that will be charged to move the equipment. 104,000 is for the broker who is clearing the equipment. Are you listening?
I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead. Have a feed there. We will ask a question.
So you have sums of money and you think money is going in somebody's hands?
Minister, you need to stop this bluff. You yourself said $2.4 million plus you received. You yourself said it. We play your own video. We are playing your own video. Minister, let me play the video again. I didn't put finger in your mouth. The Liberian people are listening to you. You yourself said you received 900. Minister, I don't care. Minister Samuka, stop that thing, man. Do we know that I worry about who can? Minister Samuka, you're not being fair. We have spoken to you so many times on this phone talk, right? I care less if you have fat. We listen to your video. You said it at Mika. Yeah? You said it at Mika. Okay?
Listen to the word. I said, I am receiving over $1.5 million. I am receiving.
Somebody wanted to know how much money we are receiving now to start with the machines coming, to start building the hubs. We have received about $1.5 million.
You said we have received. Minister, you are lying to the Liberian people. I hate to say you are lying. You are lying, and you need to listen, Minister. Stop this. You and myself have a relationship.
You received.
You need to be quiet and listen to yourself. I don't want to disrespect you, but you are disrespecting the platform, and it's wrong of you. You cannot do this. You said you received $1.5 million. You said it. You did no. You gotta listen now. It's time for you to listen. Be fair to the Liberian people. Don't do that. We have a relationship. No, don't do this, Minister. You are wrong. I respect you, Minister Samuka, but you are wrong. If you spoke in error, you should say that you speak in error. You cannot do that. All right, but then listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to the entire video, and then you can speak.
Somebody wanted to know how much money we are receiving now to start with the machines coming to start building the hubs. We have received about $1.5 million today.
You're interrupting the whole video. If you only keep quiet, sir, you will listen to what you said. Everybody listen to you. So let's just pause for a minute and you can listen to yourself. The videos are very, very clear, Samuka. I mean, this is a new day. This is not my Ellen day, though. We keep records. So let me play again.
Somebody wanted to know how much money we are receiving now to start with the machines coming to start building the hubs. We have received about $1.5 million today.
We have received about $1.5 million today. That's what you said. We have received about $1.5 million today. So where's the error?
But the $1.5 million is not for samuka.
I don't care who it's for. You are saying that we lie on you. I really don't care who the money for. Can you apologize to the nation and our followers that you are in error?
Anybody.
My man, minister, man, let's talk. Minister, good night, man. Leave her alone. Good night, man. You here messing up, then you want to say you didn't say it.
Stand down. The minister, he actually said we have received $1.5 million. In fact, he said today. So
he said today.
Yeah, and in fact, I think the president need to cancel the whole committee now. I don't know what the president is waiting for.
This is exactly what happened. Let me say this, Jacob Jala. And this is wrong of Samuka. You know, I respect Samuka. And listen, we got a good relationship. But you cannot come on the phone and listen to you from Mika. That you not eat $2.5 million. You chop it. Then you give me a story and say, no, you didn't receive it.
The whole
everything has a black.
It's unaffordable for
the yellow machine.
It's too expensive.
Still, let's say he used.
No, Jefferson, hold on 1 minute. You know, when people come on the show and they want out there, we're doing Malasalita. Malasalita, there was no Facebook like that. You used to carry the deal come with nobody know. I'm surprised at Samuka. I am. He received over $2.4 million. He is requesting $51 million. Can you imagine that? The machine started up in Ivory Coast. 2 of them were found in Sierra Leone. Gregory Kuma and people brought it back. You know, I don't want to go into this thing, but you came on set and you said that lie. We play the video now, then you say, but you know what they missed money for? No, you have to apologize to the Liberian people. I mean, we respect the 12 years veteran defense minister, man, but this is a disgrace. Then I chopped the first 2.4 million plus. Where's the money? Where's the record? Where is it? They chop it. The man said AFL bidding hot. The AFL how we talk about. I mean, man, some guy, Nelson, can you give me some guy picture? I want you guys to listen to it again. And how we catch these people. Listen, you can be my friend, right? But I will catch you when you make this mistake. And I think some guy is in error here. That's a bad start about the yellow machine. And we will talk about it the entire week. Because he is in error.
You know Samuka like your brother-in-law?
Yeah, that's my brother-in-law, so what? Ain't my brother-in-law too, but I can deal with you. And, you know, but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. The man, come on, man. Got a Richard say, let me hear you, man. I don't know.
If you ask for a way forward, I think they should retain the yellow machines. The yellow machine will become unavailable.
No, I realize though. I realize. For me, I realize. It's just unfortunate that the minister will come on and to make his shame. In his own words. In his own words. It's on Mika's website. He went there. So my fellow Liberian area, the man I chopped $2.4 million more to come. And the man asking for $51 million more than Richardson.
Yeah.
I don't care who eat it, but somebody eating it.
Yeah. You know, I witnessed the entire exchange between you and the former minister Samuka with dismay. What I can put together, what bothered me is that the Liberian people's taxpayer money are paying for these people to be of service to us. And I have an expectation that they will come on the show. I know that, I don't know what he was mad about, but he seemed to come in with the sense of authority, like I'm in charge, like we're all in the military or something like that. When I know he has this military disposition, but he also has this responsibility to be able to explain to Liberian people until we understand. So whether he said receiving or received, it's his responsibility that in as much that he's angry at whatever was said, but to be able to explain, we can give him some grace, but repeatedly, and he did say, I don't have to explain anything to nobody when you give him the opportunity, which I was taken aback of. But, you know, I hope that former Minister Samuka, he's allowed, because every one of us get angry sometimes, will come back and ready to explain to Liberian people some of the money that we are hearing that is just been spent on things. I wanted to know personally, what if it's true, what is the yellow machine doing in Sierra Leone? That's the question I wanted to ask him.
Well, the man want to answer that question. You know, that Richardson, let me tell you something. I'm totally involved with the yellow machine team. I think everybody happy when you talk about yellow machine. Everybody want yellow machine to come to Liberia and help in the interior. It's a good thing, good legacy for Joseph Human Parker. But it's unfortunate that we're not looking at some of that behavior like this. You have for 51 million, they gave you 2.4, you're angry like this. You can't coherently explain to the Liberian people what you did with $2.4 million. You're angry like this. You should be having some discipline here. And I think some kind is wrong. And you cannot fail this early. You just cannot fail this early. And that's what Samuka is doing. And I will talk to him. I think he is wrong. He needs to explain to the Liberian people whether he received $2.4 million, like he said, whether he requested for $51 million, whether the machine was taken from Sierra Leone, whether this machine are stuck up in where? In Africa, that the people dream, that President Bwaka legacy. The people look at everybody and say, hello, for me, 12 years defense minister, no take the candidate in the military, no the in and out. Then you come on sponsor and you cry and you say you vet. Let's call you again. We'll call you peace.
And Stanton, you know, I'm just going to say that a lot of Liberians are saying, oh, we want a job. This is what Liberians
you control it because I shouldn't talk. The honorable minister is on. You talk to him. You'll talk together. I will be quiet.
I really don't know what to say, but I guess I can say hello, former Minister Samuka. It's good to have you on the show. And
thank you very much.
Yes, you know, I just want to tell you that I listened to the exchange between you and Stanton, and I've never seen you angry or upset. And maybe you can talk about what was causing this whole breakdown in communication, and maybe perhaps you can explain to the Liberian people. You always seem to be composed and in command of the things that you're going to say. So I don't know what just happened, but I think many of us were kind of just listening in dismay and shock. So this is an opportunity for you to please talk to us.
All right, thank you very much. It's one of those things where sometimes people disavow. I think you're a psychologist. You understand when I say disavow. Sometimes people disavow raises, and as the next person is raising that disavow, your disavow goes up. So it sounds like those to say you guys are having a kind of a clash. But honestly, I think both of us are trying to explain our position, and I'll be very glad to try to explain the issues. And I will wait for you to ask me a question, explain what is it you want to know, and I'll make it very clear for everybody to understand.
Thank you.
Minister, I'm not going to lead this round. I'm going to give it to Dr. Richardson because I don't want to be Jesse Bell or Dizzy Bell or what kind of bell. So I'll be quiet, and then we're bringing Dr. Richardson to lead this round. So Dr. Richardson, please, we got a minute, so let me sit back and just watch.
Okay. I actually will just pass it on to others. Dr. George, do you have the opportunity to ask the minister a question?
I'll make a comment. I think the minister will understand it. I think what the minister did at the MICA press briefing today was what we call social performance. And in that state of social performance, we unfortunately are picking the tape at the level of the performance, because if you listen to the tape, initially he said receiving, and then he went to receive, and then he went to the money is in progress. So I was kind of confused. I've been writing, trying to understand what he was really trying to say. And that is, I think he was grandstanding, trying to perform to the audience of the audience out there today. And he kind of have his words placed in three different things.
Yeah, but Dr. J, I think we should ask questions.
Mr. Jacob Jala, let's just wait.
Okay, so let me ask my question.
Right now, guys, does the minister, Mr.
We'll try to cool this thing down to listen to Minister Samuka.
Yeah. So
you clarify what your thoughts were, what Dr. George was asking. He heard you say three different things: receive, receiving, and in progress. Do you want to clarify perhaps what you are attempting to say?
Right. A meeting with my bosses in which we will lay out the strategy moving forward, particularly on 168 machines that were coming into the country. Initially on the 3rd, it went to the 9th, it went to the 12th, now it gone to the 16th. And my intent was to inform you that I've gotten the authorization to receive $1.5 million from the government for this entire process. That was you that I got the authorization to receive this amount. That the president had given the authorization for me to receive this amount. That allow us to process the entire initial phase, the final phase of the yellow machine of 168. Inclusive in that process was the beginning of the construction. The hubs are facilities to be constructed in the counties to receive, to store, to maintain, to manage, to service, and to operate the machines in all of the 15 political subdivisions and the 19 hubs that are being constructed. That was my intent. That was what I was trying to convey and express. And that is exactly what it is. No one has given me $1.5 million in my pocket. So I was telling you that I have received the authorization. That was my intent to say. If I'm speaking and I probably speak like Donald Trump, you might understand my intent. So I had no intention to provide false information to you. My intention was to convey to you what the president has authorized for us to receive. Inclusive in that $1.5 million and change was $1 million to go towards the construction of hubs. And the only person that could, the only institution, given the urgency of the matter, that could get things done and already mobilized was the Armed Forces of Liberia Engineering Company, Engineering Battalion, to which the Ministry of Defense had been written and informed of the government intention. $1 million for the beginning of the construction of these hubs.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to move on to Mr. Chesson. Mr. Chesson, can you please ask your question, please?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay, I'm sorry. The minister was saying that.
Because they have not received any money now because it has to be processed through the financial system of government. So when that system comes, I do not receive the cash. The money goes to the AFL. For example, the trucks that need to be hired go to the trucking union at the Freeport. They give us a bill of $147,000. Go to the broker. He gave us a bill of $104,000. I am telling you things that added up. I'm not giving you any false information. I have no intention to do that. So my intent was to come out on the show in an impromptu way to provide the kind of clarification so at least the show can be enriched with the facts that are available. For example, somebody said on the show that we're left in Freetown or in Sierra Leone or in Africa. It's totally untrue. The first the machine, like I said, it was the large, very, 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 very large vessel that big and will not allow many ships to arrive at the smaller ports in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, in Gambia, in other countries. So Abidjan was used as the port of the vessel that we have our machines on. So several of those equipment are on one vessel. They'll be offloaded to a smaller vessel to be able to come to Liberia port, which is about 200 meters per length for each vessel, to allow 2 other vessels to berth. That's what we're trying
Mr.
to
Minister, is the machine in Cote d'Ivoire or in Liberia?
The machines are not in Liberia. The machines were offloaded at the port in Abidjan. And a smaller vessel will be
But I'm pretty sure it's not true now.
That's exactly why we are reporting, sir, that a machine is offloaded in Cote d'Ivoire and is going to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Can we move on? Mr. Jefferson Chestnut is coming on to ask his question.
Thank you, Dr. Regis. And Honorable Minister Samuka, just one quick question. If I got you right, you said about $1 million was used to transport the machine from the port, and you've given another $1 million to the AFL to construct.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Honorable Samuka, can you repeat what you said, please? Jefferson, hold on. Let me repeat what he said.
I identified to you what they call hubs. Hubs are facilities that are being constructed in the public way. Used to have hubs around the country. All of you remember RMTC. All of you remember the hub that they had in Bonjuma, the hub that they had in Banga, the hub that they had in these different locations. That is what have been damaged. Are going to be rebuilt to allow for the hosting and staging of these equipment, to allow for the maintenance of these equipment, to allow for the fuel, what we call fuel depot or the fuel farm, about 15,000 gallons to be hosted at one time. These are the facilities that will be constructed throughout the country. So initially, coming now, let me talk about the $1 million. So initially, the government is making $1 million available for the construction of these hubs. Because when these equipment come, they're going to be moved to the counties. We can't move to the county and drop these hubs in the bush. We can't move to the county and drop the hubs in a place that has no facility to maintain the host and to provide security. That's what the government is trying to do.
Okay. So, Minister, if I got you right, $1 million was used for the transportation, and you're going to be spending another $1 million for the construction of the hubs around the country.
No. The answer is no. I never told you $1 million will be used for transportation. Who told you that?
Okay. So my question here is, Minister Samuka, my question is, let me just go to my question, please. So, Mr. Samuka, you were convicted by the Supreme Court for using over $1.1 million.
So we're not going there. We're not going there. We will stick to yellow machine. Let's go to Henry.
Yes.
No, I'll just lay my basic.
That's okay. We'll stick to the yellow machine.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me ask my question now.
I beg you, Jefferson, ask your question to the yellow machine.
So I just wanted to be clear on the $2 million, and you haven't made that clear yet. You said in your initial statement, and I stand to be corrected, that you've used $1 million for the movement of the equipment, the first set of equipment that came to the port, to move them to the location, their current location. And you are saying that you're going to be spending another $1 million through the AFL to construct the hubs around the country. Is that correct, Honorable Minister?
Your first statement about the use of $1 million is false. I never used $1 million for anything. I did not receive $1 million for anything. I said to you, the 137 equipment that arrived, about 900,000 were appropriated for the preparation of the facility of 162 acres of land. 1 acres of land to receive the entire, to receive the entire 305 equipment, 285 yellow machines, and 20 white pickups. One. Number two, the contract to the union. The union is there. Go ask them. Ask them how much we pay them. The contract, trucks, flatbed, low bed, drivers move the machine, to make sure that all of the machines were few that were moving those machines. I mean, these were the things that were done. No money came in my pocket. I can be audited today now. So there's nobody that paid $1 million. Nobody give me cash.
Okay, Jefferson, can we move on? So, Minister, it sounds like Jefferson, can we move on? And it sounds like the minister is upset because he thinks that we are thinking that he took money in his pocket. So he wants to make that clear that no money is in his pocket.
You're absolutely correct, Doc.
Okay, so can we move on to Jacob Jala? Is that next?
Is that Phoebe Harris?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Phoebe changed his position. Phoebe, please go ahead. I'm sorry, Phoebe.
Yeah, so Mr. Samuka, I think you just need to relax and make your points because you're speaking with too much energy. So that's why the different views coming up, like the press conference you had, like that the judge said, there were 3 different statements, 3 different points that you made. Though everybody, if you listen to it clearly, you will see that you understand that you meant you're receiving the money, but at some point you said received. So once you relax, you can put your points through, and everybody will get it clear without trying to misunderstand or misinterpret you. But my own point is, I don't think I can blame you 100% for that because you were not consulted before the yellow machine deal went through. But to have the yellow machine coming into the country, and we got to wait for 2027 before they can be used. I want to get a clear picture around that. Why for a whole year? Why do we need to wait for a whole year before we can have the yellow machine functioning across the counties?
Okay, all right, that's okay, buddy. All right, so what is it you would like to know, please?
Why are we waiting for a whole year before the machine get into operation? That's Phoebe question.
It's a presumptuous question. It's a question that we're going to be waiting for a whole year. That's why it's a presumptuous question. I arriving in the country. Father said it was AI machines. None of the machines have arrived in the country, and the balance machine in the country. In order for them to be deployed to the different counties, you have to prepare to receive these machines. And the preparation to receive the machines require you to build hubs into this location. Hubs that will allow for security and storage of the facilities, of the machines, allow you to have the capacity to put fuel into the machines, hubs that will allow you to service the machines whenever the time comes, hubs that will allow you a facility that whenever the machine finishes duty that need to be routinely maintained and serviced, they will come to be serviced. Number two, it takes a lot of time to move the machine from point A to point B. For example, we dispatch a team to Grand Crew. We have determined that the bridge entering, the last bridge entering Grand Crew, the weight of the machine over 31 tons will not be able to cross that bridge. So we have to strategize as to how we're going to get the machines across the bridge. We went to Riverset, we went to Grand Gida, we went to Lofa, we're going to Nimba, we're going to Bapolu, we can't reach the Belayala. So we have gone to all of these locations to make sure that we have all of the statistics and information to plan on the deployment of this equipment. You are not holding the machines because you want to bluff. You have to be strategic to ensure that this multi-million dollar project of the government is utilized. And that is what we are doing. So the machines will be arriving between the 16th and the middle of May. Upon arrival, they'll be moved from the port to Camp where they will be stored, serviced, and to make sure that all of the equipment are ready to move. And we'll take the first set of machines, 3 sets, to be able to move them to 3 counties, almost simultaneously. And with the movement of those equipment doesn't mean we'll begin. The Ministry of Public Works, as I speak to you now, is conducting what they call an assessment of all of the roles that need to be done in a different county outside of what public work budget provides for. They will be able to do a POQ to determine what is required to get the job done. They'll make a determination of the bridges and the covers that need to be done. They'll make a determination of the total quantity of cement that need to be procured and the manpower that's needed to get done. And then lastly, the 1,127 individuals that's supposed to operate these machines will be trained and prepared to move the machines. Are you listening? This is what is going on. It is a process. And not just going to jump up and talk out of their heads. So we are being strategic to make sure that these machines are efficiently utilized when they are finally deployed. All of that takes time as we head into the rainy season.
Thank you, former minister. But Fubi wanted to have a follow-up question to you.
Yeah, I understand your different defense that you're coming with, but in short, all that you just said is that we were not prepared to receive the yellow machine we brought into the country, and that's, for me, that's a big shame. That we are not prepared. We bring in all the machines, then we just try to do feasibility study on the bridges. We try to do feasibility study on where we need to store them, where we need to, you can't bring machine in the country you don't have storage place for them. You can't bring machine in the country you don't have place to fuel them. You can't bring machine in the country without maintenance plan. You can't bring machine in the country you don't have, bridges to cross them from one point to another. So we're not ready.
Let me answer your question. You were appointed in February. He wasn't there from the beginning of the year.
I said earlier, I don't blame him, but at this stage, he's the one heading it. So we have to put it on him.
So you got to blame for the crime he didn't commit, right?
Yeah.
But if I can follow up before we go to Jacob Jala. Who's next is Jacob Jala. But Fubi, if I can follow up, Mr. Minister, on Fubi's question, you said his question was presumptive. That's what you said. In your thoughts, when would you estimate that Liberia will be ready to benefit from these yellow machines? Because since Fubi's question was presumptive to you, as the person who in charge, what's your estimation in when Liberia will benefit from these machines? Because Fubi said we're waiting too long. That's what I think, if I wrote down correctly, he said he's waiting too long.
I understand that. It is our intention to complete all of this process and to do our preparation to begin by November.
Thank you.
That
Thank you
estimate,
so much.
yes, are coming. Coming. That estimate is realistic, given the time frame that we have in front of us, and given the time the machine arrive. You can't be any faster than preparing these things to move the machines. When you authorize things to move, it doesn't mean they happen automatically. The road from here to Bopulu, have you gone there to Bopulu County? Have anyone of you seen the roads? We can't move things until we do a proper assessment. That is the opportunity we have between now and during the rainy season period to complete all of the, so that by the time the beginning of the next dry season, we'll be ready to begin to function. So that when we're moving from Zwadru to Zia Town, we'll be very clear to know exactly what is required to get us there. If we're moving from Yama to Vahu, we'll be very clear to know exactly what needs to be done. If we're moving from Senje to point A or to point B, we'll be very clear. So I understand the anxiety about trying to take the machine, put it on your head, and run and go get the job done. It doesn't work that way. When you are given a task, you have to look at what the situation is, what are the circumstances, what needs to be done, given the time strain, what are the binding constraints, what are those things that require a strategic outlay of the deployment plan. It's already been done. The maintenance plan has already been done. The functioning of what needs to be done in terms of the POQ is already been determined by Public Works. So all of the agencies are working. GSA is doing the asset management of all of these equipment that are coming out. Public Works is doing all of the roads that need to be done. We are going systematically in a strategic way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Minister. We're going to go to Jacob Jala at this point to ask his question. Thank you.
Yeah, so the first quick comment I'd like to make, I like the fact that the AFL Engineering Battalion is being utilized during this period. I think that is a very creative one. But my question is around the number we've been hearing on the show since this evening, the $51 million. Can you provide clarification around this $51 million? Is it operating budget for this work? For I mean, you're talking about every year, or is it for FPO? Can you clarify this number for me?
Thank you very much for your question. Look, when you are building roads, cross rights are extremely important. They will buy cross rights from who? You tell me, who will buy cross rights from? You're talking about 15 counties and 19 hubs that roads are going to be constructed. So we'll be buying physical cash from people, maybe Liberians or maybe foreigners of the cross rights. So our intention was to have what you call a center of hubs, where you're going to have the crush rock making machines, rock crushing making machines, in the diversity of the rocks that need to be done. Our intention is to procure of those machines that will give you at least about $6 million for those 5 machines. If you go and do your determination on the 3 segments of those machines, they will also provide employment opportunities for individuals that are going to be hired. Let's take bridges. If you build roads and there are no bridges, there are no culverts, you're not going to build roads. So our intent, based on the set estimates that I've done, minimally about 5,000 meters of road, bridges, daily bridges, will be built and to be constructed. Bridges, no matter how small, we need an embankment. That will require tons of cement to be done. The project of building bridges and all of the composite, we talk about $20 million. So if you add the 20 million to the 6 or the 6 or so million, you'll be talking about 26. And let's take the 285 machine. Let's operate the machine at 100%. We're going to go at 4 different levels: 100%, or 75%, 50%, and a 35%. At each one of these percentages, use 50 gallons as the minimum. And you do a determination. It's going to go as high as $11 million for fuel for the year, down to $4 million at 35% for the year running the fuel. So that is the projection and the determination. It's not money that comes into somebody's pocket. Lastly, the individual being employed to operate these multi-million-dollar machines, you need to pay them. Companies today are paying these individuals the $500, $600, $700 per month to operate these machines. Our intention was to get the best, so that these people will service and operate the machine effectively, efficiently, and secure the machine. Our intent minimally is to pay them, not minimum, but to pay them a reasonable amount, about $800 per 1,157 persons they are about to be employed. So if you take the determination of all of this, plus the maintenance contract, you have a very high capital cost. The first year will have a very high capital cost of $51 million. The second year is going to have a capital cost of less than $23 million. Because we have purchased all of these capital equipment, we have done most of the road to begin, and the only thing that will be remaining will be the operational cost, the maintenance cost of those machines. That's the case. So when you hear 51 million, it doesn't mean that some guy is going to go to the central bank to go cash $51 million. These money are going towards these equipment, the preparation of the equipment, to make sure we have everything that is required to get the job done. As a company, so that is what we have done. It is not samuka making the projection. It is a projection done by the technocrats as the administrator, laying out to you what they have planned and what they have prepared. Yes, the first year of the operation of the yellow machine will carry high costs. Go ask any expert in the location where you are, in the very United States where you are, in the Australia where you are, in the Liberia where you are. Go and ask the expert. The very of the operation of those machines will be a very high cost. Subsequently, thereafter, the cost is going to drop because you'll not be purchasing at the same level. And the projection will be it will drop beyond 57, probably.
So let me do a quick follow-up before I hate to do this. I beg you, Jacob. Just give me a few seconds.
Yeah.
We just announced that you and your team were requesting $51 million. Quickly, Chief. Thank you for explaining this. How much, the exact amount? What is the exact amount for the first year of operation and everything from you and your team? What did you ask for?
If we were, coming out, The budget presented request $1 on the basis of what I've just told you.
We didn't hear you. You went off, sir. Can you please repeat?
Oh, I did?
Yes, sir.
My apology. I said in the first year, our intent is to procure our own rock crushing machines, 5 of them. The estimate of those 5 about 6.
No, we're asking for the total amount. We heard that one. What was your request? Your request given for the first year of operation for this yellow machine is how much?
That's what I said.
When you're answering, you always go up. We're sorry, Minister. On our end, we're not hearing the amount. You said what was the first amount for the first year?
51 million.
Okay, 51.
For the whole year.
Okay.
But remember now, we've gone what 4 months into the year, so that 51 million does not stand. Remember, we'll not be hiring everyone. I'm coming up, please. Don't give me a chance.
No, go ahead, sir. I'm agreeing with you. I said okay.
Remember, we're not hiring everyone. For example, the 1,000 plus operators and assistant operators will not be hired until about the end of August. And we will go through a training. So that whole $51 million as a projection will not be what's going to happen at the end. Because the months have gone, and all of the machines are not here. And because all of the machines are not here, the payment by the Ministry of Finance will be done on the expenses required on a monthly basis. So for example, this month, April, hire 21 operators. 19 of them are operators and 2 of them are mechanics. 19 out of the 1,000 and change will be hired, plus 2 mechanics. They will be started as of April. They are going to Camware to begin their test. And the training and the determination will be made of those 19. The next level of employment is going to come around July, running up to August. And finally, complete the training, then the final employment will be just at the end of September. So if you look at it, all of those will be reduced and taken out. The projection was from January running straight through. But because months that they are not being hired, the budget will not be equal $51 million. That is why you have operation at 100%, 75%, at 50%, at 35%.
Thank you.
So when you're doing these things, you make projections.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm happy now that we're having more light than heat, and then we're getting to get more details on it. My last comment will just be basically, is the Minister of Finance part of your committee? If he is, I wonder what he thinks about 14 days bill. Is it something the country can afford?
When you make a projection, the question that comes back to you, when are you employing the individuals? And that's the projection. So the cost will determine when the event takes place. So if the event is taking place in September, he cannot pay you based on your projection for January. So you will take his cost from September. It's simple mathematics. I'm sorry, but I hope you understand that. I just told you to spread out.
Thank you. I have no more questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brother Russell, that Richardson, you're not moving on. You busy? Brother Russell, come in, sir.
Thank you. And thanks for joining us today, former Minister Samuka. My questions are, I know you talk about these hubs and you keep mentioning these hubs, and you reference that there used to be hubs back in the day. They were built back in the day. So for some historical clarity and education, who managed those hubs back then when they were available? And if it's if it was operated by a private entity or by a government entity, do you know by chance?
My recollection is that those hubs were under the Ministry of Public Works at the time.
Okay. And the hubs that you are trying to build now, are they going to be subsumed within the structures of the Ministry of Public Works?
The Ministry of Public Works have identified those facilities that are available to be used by this special presidential project. Remember, there's a special presidential project. It is the prerogative of the president to decide what he or she wants to consider to be his or her project.
Okay, so that means that the entity that you are managing, it is not. It's a whole separate entity. It's not subsumed within the Ministry of Public Works. So why is it taking so long to build?
I never mentioned the house was going to be built in a year. I simply told you the government just is making some money available now as I speak to you, and the EFL is mobilizing to go to build the house. That's what I told you. So
how long is
a year?
Okay. How long is it going to take though? Do you by chance know how long it's going to take to build this house?
The engineers will advise us.
Thank you, Russell. We're going to bring in Kev Hassan and Dr. Boplay because the minister got to go. We got John Davis on to be speaking to us on Putumanti. Kev Hassan, do you have a question for the former minister, Samuka?
Yeah, let me say hi to everybody. It's a de facto public works minister because I think you're de facto public works minister.
That is not my title. Spoon, that is not my title. Let's be respectful here.
Yeah, Kev, let's keep it to the yellow machine, please.
Yeah, because the reason I'm saying that because most of the thing you're explaining here, I think the public work and minister or ministry should be responsible for that. So that's why I call him. And one of the reason I think he had problem initially on the show because of some kleptocratic relationship that he get with the military. And so for me, the question I will ask him though, did you submit any of this plan to PPCC of hiring for approval? Your procurement plan to PPCC?
Of course, the procurement plan was approved by the minister of PPCC. All purchases were approved by PPCC. Go ask them.
Can you provide that to us? Do you have it? Can you provide that to us?
I don't run government in the media.
Listen, this is not about running government in the media, because initially what is sold to us that this yellow machine with everything you're saying was in that plan. It was in that plan. It was a whole package. But now you're asking for 51 million. We sat on the show. They sold everything to the Liberian people. That the package that Jeremiah Kuhn was bringing, everything, everybody on this platform should be aware of that. So you coming now and telling the Liberian people that $51 million, and you talk about roads. 22 million went to that road, but now you're telling us that the roads are not good to transport those equipment. So
22 million what? 22 million going on a road?
No.
You didn't say that, Minister. He's talking about the first 22 from Guinea, from Northern Guinea. So it's not you. Exactly.
Yeah, what I'm saying, I'm talking about the first 22 million.
Yeah, do you have a question? We got to bring it down to Bobla and ask it to.
Yeah, quick 30 seconds. I'm talking about the first 22 million that was used. They told us that all the roads are good. Everything are good. Everything. That's what they told us. And now you're telling me you need that $51 million with all those things coming in. So what can we believe? Because they sold the package to us that they have plan to maintenance the equipment. Matter of fact, they told us they're bringing 4 Chinese workers to oversee all the maintenance, everything, spare parts, everything coming. We don't need to spend a dime. And now you're slapping the Liberian people with $51 million. How can we buy that? How can we believe that? And we need to see that procurement plan. We need to see it.
Thank you, Ted. Minister, you want to respond, or you just want us to?
No, it's an irrelevant question. You can have nothing to do with me and the yellow machines. Totally irrelevant.
Darobople and Isaac, do you go last, Isaac? Let's bring in Darobople. Darobople, welcome back to Liberia. Thank you for joining us. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Stanton, and good evening to all my friends. Good to be on the show tonight from the motherland. Mr. Minister, good evening. Thanks for being here. You've spoken very well, very eloquent. The Ministry of Public Works was founded primarily to manage infrastructure, a big part of that was construction roads. And then 2016, effective 2017, the National Road Fund. So some overlap there because there will be financing and helping maintenance of roads too. And of course, the yellow machine is part of that, big part of that. So we're glad yellow machine are coming. But then we are seeing that the big investment with anticipation of big dividend really didn't have big preparation. And so we're here now trying to factor that in. So my question to you is this. You mentioned, Mr. Minister, that there are roads that are not passable, popular, or others. Can you begin to work with the counties where we can get this machine? In other words, so that all the Republic is not waiting for the machine to roll out at the same time. Can we start with Montserrat? Can we start with Margibi? Can we start with Bong? Can we start with Kipman? Counties that are easily reachable. And then at least we'll be getting some of our roads done while we work on building bridges and other to get the Bapalu. Could we start that way?
Yeah, that is a possibility. And I think those discussions are taking place now. But our intent is to make sure that all of our counties will be reachable so that these machines can get to them to work. I understand exactly what you're saying. That is why we have done preliminary studies. The Ministry of Public will have done preliminary studies. We have gone there visibly to see visibly for ourselves what the road conditions are, what the locations where these machines will be hosted, what kind of facilities are there or that are not there that need to be constructed, all in this taken into consideration. I hope you understand that we are talking about equipment 31 tons and not a taxi. I hope we understand that these are multi-million-dollar equipment that need to be secured and protected. I hope you understand that there's going to be a few that put to ensure that they are secure in order to make sure that these machines are properly provided all of the instruments that they need to go to work. So you will need to appreciate that it requires adequate planning, it requires reasonable time, and require the appropriate employment and training and orientation of individuals, not just the machines. People have to be trained to operate those machines. People have to have an orientation of these machines to make sure that these work. But yes, what you're saying, it's discussion that is taking place and decision will be taken. But as of now, the plan is to make sure that when the time comes to move the machines, all of the machines will be on the ground. All 285 machines will be on the ground, and we'll begin the deployment plan to move the machines.
Mr. Minister, I do understand all those things you were talking. I understand them well. What I do not understand is why couldn't work begin? Why couldn't shelter be built? Why couldn't storage facility be put up in Margibi, in Montserrat? Why couldn't we start fixing some of Liberia? Only 17% of our roads in this country are paved. We're way behind the curveball. why do we have this centralized approach to everything to move all 285? Could we move some? Because all of our counties need road built, all of our counties need road paved. Could we not start building in Montserrat, the terminal, the lot, whatever, and start training Montserrat and start training Margibe, start training Bong? Could we not do that?
That is exactly what got Liberia where it is today. With these kind of haphazard approaches, nothing strategic, you're just in a hurry to get things done. Machine arrive at a Freeport, you take the machine, you run it to counter X. Machine arrive at a Freeport, you take it to run it to counter Y. We're in a strategy as to how to get these machines to effectively function so the Liberian people can benefit. So I just explained to you, my professor, they are arriving. They will be arriving shortly in its full complement. We'll move these machines based on a deployment plan. Consistent with that deployment plan will be the construction of hubs. By then, the rainy season will be raining. You didn't think about that. By then, the rainy season will be at its height. You didn't think about that. So during that period, we'll be conducting training of those that will be operating the machines at the appropriate time. During that time, all of the funding that needs to be required, all of the estimates that have been determined by the Ministry of Public Works in our coordination process will be determined, and then all of this will be made available at the time of the beginning of the next dry season. That is planning.
Mr. Minister, Mr. Minister, good planning begins. Good planning. Mr. Minister, thank you for your response. Thank you for your response.
Thank you. Thank you
for your response. Good planning would have started long before the machine came. And Mr. Minister, what really got our country the way it is the constant addiction to centralized government. 178 years, we use the same mold, but we expect a different result. Work can begin in a county. If a county are building roads, Liberia are getting roads. There's not hurry. The same project management, the same requirements can start here and can start there. In fact, it provides the government a better approach because now you have a pocket of best practice. So please, it's not we rushing. It is trying to go.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Marco.
Mr. Minister, one more person to ask you to answer, please.
So actually, bad planning, worst planning, very uneducated planning, and of course, confused planning. Minister, when we started this yellow machine issue, one, it was gentleman agreement. It was free. Two, it was 87 million. Three, it was around 50 million. Four, it was around 25, 27 million. Five, it went to 30-something million. Now, we are in 50-something million. Minister, we have always heard one thing, that the United Party is the most educated and experienced party. I want to ask you, as the head for this yellow machine, what are the processes of selecting a CRP that you know of, that the government did to actually take on this yellow machine?
Mr. Minister, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. What is the question again, please?
Okay, maybe you didn't understand what the CRP means. What are the processes of selecting a capital improvement project of which equipment would be in that you are aware of that this government did before agreeing on the yellow machine? What are you aware of?
You know, when the presidency has taken place, you don't go to find out whether they created a presidency in the bathroom or in the bedroom or in the nightclub. You have the president, you have a baby in front of you. You have to deal with the baby. Take care of that baby and let the baby grow. So if this analogy does not help you, there's not much I can do. You know, for you and I discussed it last on the same platform. You know it. You asked me the question. You knew I was not here.
My understanding is
about when the pregnancy took place. was not there. I don't know whether the pregnancy took place in the bathroom or whether the pregnancy took place when I went on the beach. I didn't know about that. I have a baby in front of me. I have to take care of the baby to make sure the baby grow healthy and become successful, educated, very healthy, and carry on their life. That's my job.
So, Chief.
Not about where the pregnancy took place.
Chief, so this is what I got. I can tell you this. None of us has monopoly over education. So my clear understanding is you didn't understand my question. What you are saying got nothing to do with what I'm asking. My question was simple. What are the processes of selecting a capital improvement project that you are aware of, that you know the government did? And you explaining things that ain't close to it, Chief. Only if you knew exactly what I was asking, Chief, we wouldn't be here today talking about 50 million, 20 million, 17 million. Chief, let me end, I beg you. We wouldn't be here talking about all of these million. Chief, for the government to choose a project, there are steps to go through. There are criteria you will put down to check. And you can call me later, I can help you with some. I'm only of the conviction that this government that have pretended to be so educated, so experienced, is after all not educated at all. Because you know what? You jump on, you say, oh, well, you know what? We are drying the sea. You even know what led you to drying the sea, but you don't.
Excuse Minister. I will continue with your. I beg you, Minister Samuka. I have not said anything. Yes, you will. Yes, Minister Samuka. Minister Samuka, you will give us your parting comment. But let me say something quickly because everyone have asked you their question. One, it's good having you. You're always welcome on Spoon Talk. We can get mad at each other, but I think it would take our conversation to a new level.
It doesn't bring anything.
Yes.
It doesn't bring anything at all.
Yeah, but you do agree with us that whether you are asking or whether you are received, we talk about the $2.4 million at MICAT. You do agree with us that 51 million have been requested or you are requesting in the first year, you know, for operation and other maintenance stuff. That's the 51. Number two. Number three, you do agree with us that the yellow machine is somewhere in Ivory Coast right now, which of course you guys are going to remove it from the bigger vessel to put on a smaller vessel to come to Liberia. So all the reason you came and you are so happy to say that we lied, we didn't lie. You confirm exactly what we said. The $51 million, the $2.4 million or a little over that you will receive or you are receiving or you requested for, whatever you term it, and the yellow machine, some of them in Ivory Coast as of today. So I would say thank you. You always, you know, try to be your best and speak this issue. We'll give you the chance now to do your closing statement for us to move on.
Thank you very much. We started on a rough footing, but I think we finally have now come to understand the responsible nature of this government and the strategic nature in which they can execute. I know the urgency people have, the anxiety people have in mind for these things to change. I can understand all the hype around it. This is your country. This is Liberia. The machines, some of which have arrived, and the balance will be arriving. Those machines will go to benefit our country for the next time in our nation history. Each county will have its own fleet of machines that will be able to utilize in an efficient way to address the challenges of roads in the towns and villages. Imagine when the initial machines arrive, the euphoria of reception received by the Liberian people of those machines. Go to the anticipation that people have. It is on the basis of those anticipation that plans are being executed to ensure that on a timely basis, in a more strategic form, there will be an efficient management, an efficient operation, and an efficient maintenance of these machines to achieve the objectives for which our people are anticipating these machines. The entity is called the Special Presidential Project Coordination Committee. The underlining word are two: coordinating, and it's a project by the president. It is the prerogative of the president to touch at any point in time and designate any entity under the law to decide to do so. Our intent is to ensure that the president's plans are executed according to plan. Understand that these 285 machines are mission-oriented equipment. They were procured and designated for specific purpose in our towns and villages and in our counties. That will be the only purpose for which those machines will be utilized. It will not be for any matter person to farm, and there will be no one in the counties, whatever your title is, to create an imbalance or an impasse to make these machines not to work. Those machines will have to work based upon the determination of the local authorities, including our elected officials in the county. Coordination is taking place. I've had meetings with different caucuses on their intent and their interest. I have a meeting with the superintendents. I have a meeting with the Minister of Local Government. I have a meeting with ministers and agencies, including Public Works and GSA, for different aspects of their statutory functions. Whatever suspicion you have, I ask you to hold that suspicion and judge us at the end of the day by our performance. Whatever suspicion you have as to what the government intention is, I hope you will hold them in abeyance.
Thank you, Minister.
All of you.
Yep.
We try to go a little bit rough, but Spoon is my friend. You know, he's tough as he is. I'm tough as I am. And at the end of the day, we'll always find a solution for Mama Liberia. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. It's always good having you. Good night. Thank you very much, guys. A great thing. Sorry to you, John Davis. We had to go through this. We just can't even talk about the printing of new money. We got to also talk about the increased taxes that the government is proposing starting May 1st. But we have you, John Davis, from concerning the Putu discussion. I want to say to all of you, a wonderful discussion. And everything we come here on the show to say people think it's a joke. It's not. I gather information, I confirm information, and I bring it up. The yellow machines are in Ivory Coast. Whatever the minister is saying, from a larger vessel to a smaller vessel, they're yellow machine right now. They are in Ivory Coast. 1, 2. Like I said, $51 million request. The minister confirmed it for the first year. So let's do the math. $21.6 million negotiation that was done by the vice president. If you add the interest, it goes to $36 million. Do the math. The minister said he already brought in $2.4 million. So it's $38.4 million plus $51 million. Are we not brought back to the $84 to $90 million for yellow machine? I'm going to leave it at though. I ain't going to say anything more. Mamaka asked for $84 million. Boom, off the bat. Everybody was going crazy, right, Jacob Jala? The minister first year is $51 million for operation, compensation, and everything. He already received, or he receiving whatever way he termed it, $2.4 million. That would give you $53.4 million. Vice President Kuhn settled on $21.6 million. If you add interest, it goes to $36 million. So $53.4 million plus $36 million. How much are we talking about? Around $90 million? The boss are back. I'm not going to say anything, but nobody's stupid yet, though. I'm not putting this on Minister Samuka. He can get vet all he want. Listen, he will say Kwame will lecture. I'm going to get vet with him, but we got to follow the money. We have to follow the money. So we were right. Sorry that we cannot get an LVC. The man said the oil Guinea, that whole big conversation. I want to bring to you quickly, maybe in 15, 20 minutes, to talk with John Davis on the feedback. But let me give you something seriously. The committee met today, and maybe John Davis will expand on that. The committee met today to give the final recommendation, whether it's Planet One or AMR. I have news for you, but I'm not told to break the news yet till tomorrow. If John Davis want to say that, John Davis business, my own, it's 7:02 p.m. The Lord is calling me to go to Bible study and celebrate with him. That the riches in you and the good people on this show, you can take care. I'm out. John Davis is our guest for tonight to talk about Putu Mountain. Welcome to the show. The governor that Fubi always call you, John Davis. It's good to have you. I'm out. That riches in you is all yours.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Davis. Actually, it's such a practice for us to have a round of us discussing and our thoughts about what just happened with the minister, but you're here, so we're just going to go straight into you because we don't have a lot of time. Maybe at another time we'll be able to kind of process what happened with the minister, the former minister, samuka. I'm sure we'll have a lot of time to do that. So I'm just going to give everybody, actually, I want to give you an opportunity to just tell us, the good news or update us a little bit, and then everybody will have or opportunity to ask you questions as well. Can you hear you, Mr. David? Can you unmute yourself?
Unmute yourself, John. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Unmute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me say a very good evening to all of you on the East Coast, Central USA, whichever part of the US you are in. Let me say a very good evening to you, and a very also, welcome to all of our colleagues here. It's 11:03, and I don't know whether you guys plan to just punish me tonight. I've been actually even noting in between the lectures over the last 2 hours since I've been in the background. It was a great honor and pleasure being on the show last night. My first, experience with Spoon Talk. Quite frankly, I enjoyed it too. I must admit. And tonight can be as informative and as interesting as it was last night. In terms of the question asked by Dr. Singh, did I get it? I want to make sure I'm not in trouble with you tonight. So trying to pronounce your name.
You're fine. You're fine. And thank you for, staying up this late, to join us. And I'm happy you had a wonderful time here last night. But Stenta had said something about the committee met today, and you probably would want to share the news with us because, of course, Liberians will want to know the news. Do you know anything you want to share with us before we go into our individual questions?
Interestingly, we were not invited to that meeting.
Okay.
I believe it was a meeting just among the members of the committee, chaired by the vice president. So we were not privy to what was discussed in that meeting, but virtue of the fact that we weren't invited, and B, I am not aware of any information provided to us post the meeting. So I'm inclined to conclude that we are still sitting and remain focused on what we intend to do, as well as making sure that we fulfill our part of the bargain consistent with the memorandum of agreement signed with the government of Liberia. We have commenced talking with Celestar, thankfully, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so I do remember the conversation last night, and one of the things that you mentioned to us before we go into our flow of questioning was that if Celestar is asking for 40 million, 50 million, 60 million, you guys are in a position to pay that money. I just wanted to ask, I did some just background check and was just wondering a little bit, are you at liberty to tell us the worth of your country, your company? I didn't get that sense when we're talking. What is your company worth? Because you got pretty like 50 million, 60 million. They're not small money, they're not small, they're not chicken change.
So let me answer that question from a finance/accounting background. Our company, AMRO, is a special purpose entity, just as any mining consortium along those lines will be. And our starting opening capital will be $300 million based on debt financing expected to be received once we conclude the tenets of the sales and purchase agreement with Celestar, and we proceed to operationalizing Putu. So we will have an opening balance sheet of of course, internal resources coming from our group, the Futa Connect Group, as well as $300 million, which comes to us from the Africa Finance Corporation. So if you are asking us in terms of what is the quantum of resources available for phase one, this is what we have, and that is what our opening balance sheet for our first operational year is expected to show and to roll out.
Okay, thank you, Mr. George. Dr. George?
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Davis. How are you today?
Good evening, Dr. George. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah. Sorry, not part of the conversation yesterday evening. And if you have answered this question, you can, and the audience know about it, you can definitely just rephrase and move ahead. What is your plan, your company plan for Putu mining, and how in what ways are you incorporating a local community in your plan?
Thank you, Dr. George. So our company plan for Putu mining, first and foremost, exists in phases. Under phase one, there are a number of activities which we intend to pursue aggressively. Under phase one, we intend to, at the beginning and rollout, reach full conclusion of the discussion with Severstal, the concession holder, and take back the chain of control in terms of the concession. With regards to operationalizing the activities of Putu, our plan is within the first 18 months, ensure that we have completed all actions with regards to first, so phase one is divided into 18 months, but broken into stages and periods. The first 90 days start work intended to ensure that we can start to get the access road ready from Putu to Greenville. B, ensure that we can build camps or enhance on whatever the existing facilities there are at Putu with regards to staff to be recruited, significantly more than 4,000 Liberians for starters, to run the various technical aspects as well as the administrative and other special operations aspects to get us into real operations mode. And that is going to be very intensive between the first 90 days to 120 days therefore. 3, ensure that all liabilities with regards to liabilities to the government of Liberia as well as liabilities to the communities, with special emphasis on Grandjida, making sure that those liabilities are settled concomitantly as the payments to the government of Liberia have been done. We want to make sure that because it is critical that in terms of our environmental governance framework, we do not have any issues with the people of Grandjida. We want to make sure that we hit the ground running by having a very cordial and harmonious relationship, because Grandjida, the area of Putu's concentration, has a vested interest in ensuring that we are able to A, create jobs, B, create opportunities for income, for cash flows, for economic activities, and we want to make sure that that happens. Another important part that normally tend to get lost in the cracks with regards to these mining concessions is the level of Liberian participation in the economic activities. We do not want another situation like we've seen in other concessions, where literally cooks are foreigners, where literally even the water boys are foreigners, literally even people, literally every aspect of jobs, whether at the skill level, the senior skill level, we don't want that situation at Putu. Yes, there will be a small section of our staff who will be foreign expatriates and foreign expatriates for a short, medium to short to medium term period, by virtue of the fact that in terms of the hardcore technical professional skills, in order to get, for example, the preliminary preparations for the railroad planning going, the preliminary work to get aspects of the mining operation and geological surveys on the way. Yes, those aspects we can understand we need to have some foreign help there. But by and large, across all other sectors, for opportunities for employment, we want to make sure that Liberians have a fair share and have an equitable stake and justifiable inclusion with regards to making sure that Hutu is different from many of the other concessions in the country. And that's something that we're going to charge our human resource as well as our administration's department to achieve and fulfill. In fact, we are going to have benchmarks in ensuring that we don't lose sight of these critical indicators. And that is important for us to get right, because there's a tendency, for example, let me give you an example. I recall when I was—
Mr. Davis, for the sake of time, it's 7:02 already. Can you just please make your answer short, and also we'll just ask one questions, please.
I will get an element now. I recall there was a situation where supermarkets, for one concession whose name I will not call, when I was president of LBDI, they came to us for loan for a foreign supermarket. How? So what aspect we want to make sure that there is Liberian participation all across the value chain, as well as the supply and logistics chains at Putu. We want to make sure that that happens. So in terms of, so summarize, in terms of the plans we have, our plans cut across services, including schools, including hospitals, including supply to our staff, including even the recruitment process.
Okay, Mr. Davis. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. George. Let's go to Jefferson Chatton, and then we're going to go to Phoebe Henry's, and then Joseph Jacob Jala, and then Mr. Kev Hassan, Mr. Russell, Dr. Brubler, and then Mr. Doe. Okay.
So that's the reason I would defer my time to Kev, and then later on you can come back to me.
Oh, I know, depend on the time. But okay, let's go next. So we have Mr. Phoebe Henry. Can you please go ahead, please? Thank you, Jefferson.
Yeah, so Mr. Davis, and good evening again. Like I said yesterday, I'm 100% in support of Liberianization, and I wish that the government of Liberia will see all deem it necessary to award the concession to AMR with the initial agreement, that the initial notification that was given. I hope they can follow through, and there should be no drifting away from that path. And like you rightly stated your points just now in elaborating on the question that Dr. George asked you, we want to see that happening. I believe that Liberians can do those things, and it takes the government to give support to Liberian-owned company to give that, for that kind of thing to happen. But if the government is not sensitive to that, then all of us will be frustrated in that direction. We want to see Liberians becoming millionaire from Liberia, because when we have issues in Liberia, Liberians want to solve them. And all these foreign companies we have had in the past, they have not changed the country for any reason. So we should now start looking within and giving the support. So we will keep pushing the government, we'll keep hammering this thought about Liberianization, because we want to see it happen. And that will be a very good thing for a Liberian company to run the mining sector this time. So just to give you support. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henrys. We'll next go to, I think it was Jacob Jala, right? Next, Mr. Jala. Oops. Are you? Oh, Mr. Jala. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So the again, I would like potentially preempt my question by also talking about following Phoebe in terms of Liberian economic empowerment. I have a profound bias towards Liberian economic empowerment, Liberian enterprises, and Liberians doing well in their own country. Because the question is, where else do we expect Liberians to do well? Which part of the world do we expect Liberians to have opportunities to do business, to get into enterprises and to do, and to create value other than their own countries? Because if you go all around the world today, it is the fact of the matter, most countries are becoming very domestic. They're promoting, even the United States, all around the world, all countries, Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, all over the world, South Africa. South Africa even have a whole program called, Black economic empowerment, supporting South Africans. So we have to take direct action. And I think there has been, a kind of a unanimous chorus amongst and between Liberians of all sides. And everyone have come to the same conclusion, irrespective of political party or suasions. We all have concluded that there has to be deliberate, intentional step taken towards Liberian participation in their own country, in their economy, irrespective of background. So I think this is a glorious opportunity, and I think the country cannot miss this opportunity. And for me, when we see some of our national leaders, yesterday the discussion Kimo and Kev was talking about, the vice president and all this conspiracy theory about involvement, all of that. I mean, that's something I don't want to go into because I have precisely no evidence to that. But I think this is a huge opportunity for our country.
Thank you.
To do something about this.
Thank you, Mr. Chala.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support of Liberian companies. I think is it Kef go to? Kef, is that you go to now?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Richardson. Mr. Davis, I spoke to you. I told you yesterday on the show that this thing is gone, and I'm going to confirm it to you today. And I believe that you know that. They are pumping the champagne right now. I know you're going to lawyer up because you are awarded the contract. It's there. We have seen the document. You are awarded the contract, but not the justice system in this government. Lawyers going to eat that money. It's going to go free. It's going to take long in court. Nothing is going to happen. It's gone. And I 100% believe that you know that this thing is gone. I told you yesterday. It's not because we don't know. In the back, we know. They say, they laugh. Let me tell you this. They were watching the show and they were laughing. The guys that I named to you, they were watching the show. They were laughing. And after the show, they laugh. They laugh. I'm telling you, I'm sorry to say that to you because I know yesterday. It's gone. The papi, the champagne. That's all I will tell you. I know, you come on the show. It was good to honor to come on the show. But I can see it in you. The zeal and the energy you had yesterday, not today, because I know you know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. You of course you say you don't know, but I know you know.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan.
So I'm sorry, my brother. It's gone.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. You can respond if you have any questions to the past three speakers, if you want to.
So let me make a couple of points. And Kev, I note your cynicism from yesterday, which you have re-emphasized again today. But let me also remind you gently that as much as international norms and international rules may be falling asunder globally, we are a country of laws and a country of men. We have a binding agreement with the government of Liberia. If the government of Liberia, for any reason, chooses to abrogate that agreement in an inappropriate way, there are consequences for that. Let me be very clear. There are consequences for that. A group that has done its utmost in every legal contest to stand head and shoulders and raise the Liberian flag in an industry where Liberians can barely be placed on a pedestal and counted, to allow that to just fall because of pecuniary gains will be sad, but at the same time, there will be consequences. In essence, what you will be telling any other good faith investor is that We are a country where we make agreements, we don't respect those agreements. We are a country where our word doesn't count for anything. I don't think that's the kind of caricature we want to create for us as a country. Having said that, let me conclude with this comment. We will respect our to the memorandum of agreement, and whatever happens, those who choose not to respect it will have to explain to the Liberian people at the appropriate time. But we will continue with our part.
So we're going to move on to the next, Mr. Russell, but I think you can understand what Mr. Hassan is saying to you. Yesterday on the show, we saw an agreement that the contract was Service-Star was awarded to you. Service-Star awarded the contract to you. And in between the conversation, Planet One is also talking with our government. So it allows us to be confused as to who, and we heard that now you also confirm, well, Mr. Wilson before he left said that they were in the committee room discussing who to give the contract to. But I do hear you that we will pay the consequences if that is the case, that you were awarded a contract, you're ready, you're going to be ready to go into this industry. And if our government is having I think I remember I wrote down your conversation was backdoor conversations with other company, then we as Liberian government will pay the consequences we should just mention. One is having a bad rap to the international world that we can't hold our word. That's one of the things that you said. So I just wanted to emphasize that before we move on for those who aren't watching, and just to clarify that. Mr. Russell, can you please ask your question? And then we'll go to Mr. Isaac, and then we'll go to Mr. Bartlett.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. I wasn't on the show yesterday, so I hope that the question I'm about to ask is not one that was asked yesterday, and if so, please spare me. Just would like to know in a nutshell, what is your track record of doing this, doing the work that you are proposing to do? What is your track record around hiring, retaining, and developing Liberian professionals in the professional space? So if you can just please share some light. I think it will be foolhardy to say that everyone here on this show that they don't support the whole Liberianization policy, or it's not something that they wouldn't embrace. I'm sure everybody here, everyone here embraces a very good Liberianization policy, the execution of it, the implementation of it. I think that's something that we all will support. So I just need to know from you if you can give us your track record of doing this work and working in building the capacity and developing the professionalism of people who you've hired, and Liberians and others. What's your track record, sir? Thank you.
So I will respond to that question by taking it from two perspectives. The first one, my individual contribution as an executive in my professional life, what I have done in terms of empowering and developing Liberians. And then I will take it more globally to the organization that I currently work for, what the conglomerate has also done in the empowering and developing Liberians. I used to be the president of the Liberia Bank for Development Investment. I was president of that bank for 10 years, 3 months, and 12 days. Okay? I worked for LBDI for 23 years and 5 months, basically. As CEO of LBDI, I was very pivotal in ensuring that the cornerstone that was laid by my predecessors, I took it to a higher level. Under my watch as CEO of LBDI, I sent Liberians to pursue master's degrees in the United States, and there's a lot of evidence for that, in the United Kingdom. Today, the current general manager and deputy CEO of LBDI was one of those I sent to school at the University of Reading. And I can call his name on the show. His name is Aquena Nimeni. I sent him to the University of Reading, my management team. I sent the former IT manager to the University of Massachusetts, master's degree in IT. I sent the current treasurer to University of Bradford, UK, master's degree in finance. I endorsed and approved the current strategic and business development manager of LBDI at the University of Strathclyde, England. I sent the former chief accountant to the University of Dundee, UK. That's just a few. I'm just talking about master's degrees. When we get to professional certifications and empowerment, scores of LBDI staff, I sent during my time. And that's just a small indication of my track record with regards to empowering Liberians. When it comes to financing and using and leveraging bank financial capacity to improve Liberian businesses, the list is endless. I can tell you that. On my watch, as the CEO of LBDI, immigration officers own some immigration officers own their own homes. EPA officers own their own homes. People at the lower level of the civil service, we gave the opportunity to own their own homes. We empowered so many Liberian businesses. And one of the areas in our country that have always made me proud is a region called Nimba. When you go to Nimba today, some of the heavyweights you see there are heavyweights today, largely because of the role LBDI plays in terms of Liberian empowerment, especially on my watch. On my watch, the mortgage program in our country was developed, designed, rolled out, and more than 450 Liberians benefited from building their own homes.
Thank you.
Now,
thank you.
Let me tell you the bigger scale. Today, I'm no longer president of LBDI, but I am the managing director of Futa Cement Corporation, or member of the Futa Connects Group, that is also an investor stakeholder in AMR. At Futa Cement.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just started, Dr. Francine. That's a
very. Yeah, about it, moving. You go with it. Okay. I love
the question.
Yes, we get a sense that you have empowered a lot of Liberians. So thank you so much. And I wish we had the time to go deeper into this conversation. But
not fair to me,
everybody fair to him. Look,
but I hope I kind of addressed the question to some extent, although I was not fully
exhausted. You told us other people that you empower by sending them for a master's degree and in professional studies, and how you contributed to the building of NIMA, the mortgage program. You empower the lower level people, like people in immigration, the EPS. I heard you, and I'm sure you have more to say. You did.
Empowering philosophy toward managing people.
Thank you.
That's great.
Let's
move back.
I want to. You give up your time, Mr. Chesson, so you have to wait. Let go to Mr. Isaac Doe, and then we gotta go to Dr. Barbara, and then we'll come back to you. Okay? I'm so sorry. Thank you, Mr. Thank you for understanding, Mr. Doe.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, and Mr. David. Nice to see you again for the second night. I don't want to be the person blowing your trumpet. You are a man for yourself, but I know I've had a deal with you when you were the president at LBDI, and I know what you stood for. As a matter of fact, when I was the deputy minister at Youth and Sports, under your watch, you helped many of our cadet beneficiaries get enlisted at LBDI. As of today, one of those cadets spoke with me after you left the show yesterday that she is now grounded in LBDI from cadet. Now she is picking her weight up. That would be the definition of empowerment and ensuring that your country rises above itself. But straight to this issue we are discussing, we had a lot of discussion on this, and I liked your response to my brother Kev when you said Liberia is a country of law. I'm of the belief that no matter what, the laws of our land will always supersede any other thing that goes against it. On that, I would like to read this. Stanton, thank you for putting it in the chat room. As you have stated over and over, your entity, AMR, signed an agreement with the government of Liberia. And I want us to look at the processes that led to that agreement being signed. What did the government say before they invited you to actually sign? The government said this in the NRE. The government of Liberia sought to identify a qualified developer with the requisite financial technical capacity to undertake the project. That's what they said they wanted to do. After what happens, they went on to say, after a transparent and competitive evaluation process conducted under the supervision of the NRC and the Inter-Ministerial Concession Committee, AMR was selected as the preferred developer for acquisition. I wasn't there when they was waiting. And this takes the signature of the Justice Minister, Osfortwe. The Justice Minister, he signed it. Not only the Justice Minister, though, the head of the NIC. And let me tell you who else signed this document. The judge of the Moserata Court was a witness. The clerk was a witness.
The Minister of Mines also signed.
The Minister of Mines, Lance Mine, he signed. This document was a document provided by the government of Liberia. Let me go slower and repeat. The government said the concessionaire expressed interest to sell, transfer the asset. So then the government went to look for a qualified firm with the requisite financial and technical capacity. After they've evaluated all those that expressed interest, the government came out and said AMR was selected based on their competence to handle this. Why are we wasting our time discussing something else?
So thank you for that question and that explanation. We heard earlier from Mr. Waterspoon that they were in a committee room, and Planet One is also another company that is been talked about. Even though Mr. David made it so clear, Mr. Davis made it so clear to us yesterday that they were waiting for Seven Star to tell them how much their investment or what have you would cost. That was what y'all were waiting for. That's all. But now we're hearing that other companies have been discussed. That's what we're having.
Dr. Richardson, I don't want to cut you off. That is where the problem is.
Correct.
This is the issue now. The Liberia as a country has one government, not two, one government. That one government said they wanted to find a qualified firm with the requisite technical financial capacity to undertake the Pudumanting. That one government. The same government said after evaluation of every firm that expressed interest, they selected AMR. The one government. Not two. One government. They said they selected AMR to be the one with the requisite technical financial expertise. But then they granted AMR the right now to negotiate with Southwestern for the acquisition process. The question is, why is any other firm in the mix? Why are we discussing any other firm?
For a process that has been closed, and AMR awarded an agreement in December, specifically December 18, 2025.
Right, and let's bring it down again. You in America, you know plenty of people that bought houses. If you went to a bank, you took a loan, the bank approved you. You went to one of those people selling houses, you took a house, they approved you for the house. You're going out to do closing. Will you be discussing with other person else about the house building? And are you and the person discussing the house? Why other person coming from with the house issue? So this is exactly what we are discussing. What we are
Okay.
saying is, even if the government cannot respect the government can respect its documents. That's what we believe. And in our mind, the right thing will be done. I have the confidence that the right thing will be done. And the right thing that should be done is
Thank you,
ensuring
Mr.
our Liberian brothers
Thank
benefit.
you. Let's move on to Dr. Brublet and then he asks his question, and then Jefferson Chesson will take us home.
Thank you, Dr. Rickerson. Good to see you, John. I'm glad you're on the show. Thanks for enlightening us about all that's going down with your company and this project. I am a big proponent of Liberianization, and I'm convicted that if our nation keep outsourcing to non-citizens, will remain an underdeveloped country for a long time. Liberians must have priority. It's simple. That's what other countries do. In the region, across the continent, around the world, Liberians must have priority. So I am glad that your company is where it is, and we're hoping that we can close this deal and not have to reopen, like Isaac Doe was saying, bringing other people in after something was settled. The truth is, though, when you were talking, I was taking notes, and you talk about 4,000 Liberian workers in 90 to 120 days. That's economic multiplication on a great scale for gross domestic product and a whole bunch of other things. So where are you? Here's my question. Where are you in this project? Are you hearing officially that some reversal is taking place, or do you feel confident that this is a forward march from where you are to finally beginning to operate as granted your company back in December? Where you?
I will say this much, Dr. Brublet. As we remain focused and our eyes fully focused on our strategic goals with regards to Putu, we know that there will be some distractions, and we see all the shenanigans going on as distractions. But we will remain focused. We will continue to mount the requisite pressure, but with constructive engagement until this process ends. At the end of the day, in whose favor is it to see this process go back to square one? Only people who are, not keen on seeing this country move forward. Putu cannot be like the 66 concessions before. We are purposefully and deliberately determined to make sure that it's different from anything else we've seen. So we're not going to allow anyone to dampen our enthusiasm because of their own separate agenda. So I hear you when you say, where are we? And just to let you know, the number is actually more than 4,000, but preliminary for the first.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for that. So in the mineral development agreement, you don't have to go all the details, but does it have a different approach in terms of prioritizing employment from locals, from the county and immediately nearby? Because a good development agreement must prioritize the people who live in that area. We can't keep pulling resources out of county under the disguise of eminent domain and all those other things. So can you give us a snapshot of the MDA and the prioritization of locals in Grand Juda and immediate surrounding locals?
So let me talk about some snippets of how we intend to roll out our employment model. Number one, the Grand Juda University in Grand Juda, the tertiary institutions in the entire Southeast, Grand Juda, River G, Maryland, Sino, right? I think in the US, they used to call equal employment opportunities commission or something like that.
Equal opportunity employment.
We're going to take a page from that model. Also, other TVET programs across the country are also going to be incorporated. But we want to make sure first that when they say Utu money is up and running, people can be real lifetime, examples and testimonials from Zwetu to Fishtown, from Fishtown to Harper, from Harper to Greenville, from Greenville, even to Sestor City. Because those are all the adjoining counties or surrounding counties that permeate that area. It has to show in terms of people's livelihoods and in terms of people's their general stature in terms of economic well-being. It has to show. And we are very deliberate and intentional about that. At the same time, we know that, for example, there are other professionals that you will not be able to get, those countries will not give you. For example, Liberian doctors to run the hospital in Putu. We have to come to network with the Ministry of Health through AM Dougherty and other medical institutions produces doctors to provide those doctors. We have to put into place a program that will create a track record for specialist training, where you're working with the Liberian Medical and Dental Association to make sure that the hospital we build in Putu, for example, must have not just an MRI capacity, CT scan capacity, dialysis capacity, orthopedic capacity. That's what we're talking about here. This is why we're not going to draw back from what we intend to do. It
sounds like music to my ear.
Question to it.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. So I would just say, because I know Doc got to bring everything in so rapidly. So I would just say, yeah, but listen, John. John. Hold on 1 second, smaller, Biggie. So I, for one, stand with you and your company. I hope that this goes through. This will be exciting, but also be a game changer for the way we approach these big things in the Republic. And Liberians excited, but especially when you talk about TVET and stuff, if you're going to make that investment, this could be game changing, and Liberia will have way more confidence. And so many Liberians who have resources will feel confident to put their money together and create consortium that can make bigger investment in Liberia. So I hope it works out, my friend. We'll be praying that everything goes like it should.
Thank you. Finally, Mr. Chesson, please take us home. Can you just allow Mr. Chesson to ask his
Thank you, Doc. So, Mr. Davis, John Davis, it's a pleasure having you here. I mean, we've read a lot about you. We know the kind of work you've done. We know how you empower Liberian-owned businesses. I mean, your performance, your work precedes you. So you're one of Liberia's best. So I'm happy to have you here. But I will make a statement, but I want to ask a few questions. Your companies, and I was not on the show last night, so I just want to ask a few questions before I make a statement. The AM Arrow is an affiliate of the Connects Group, is that correct?
Yes, it's an affiliate of the Connects Group, but it's a special purpose entity specifically set up for the mining consortium.
And this Connects Group, the CEO is Sheriff Abdullah, right? Is this the same company? Sorry?
It's the group MD.
Yes, okay. So, Mr. J, why is true that
of several companies within Connect? So let me give you a little bit of the schematic of how the group operates. Connect is the energy arm, and FUTA is the trading and manufacturing arm of the group.
Yeah, but they are all affiliated with the Connects Group, right?
Yes. So it's called the FUTA.
Sheriff Abdullah is the MD.
The group MD.
So, with that said, Mr. Davis, I'm one person that goes for Liberian, and that Liberians should be, beneficiary of their own resources. And I support this idea because we need to make our own millionaire from our own resources. My only issue here, and why it's true that I have no soft spot for the VP, because I know anything he is involved with, it has to be his own personal interest. And I have no passion or soft spot for him because of that. He seeks his own interest over Liberia's interest. But my point here, I personally think that the concession should not be awarded the AMR for a couple of reasons, or for one major reason. Abdullah Sharif is the MD for Connect Group. Abdullah Sharif is a chief financier of the Unity Party and a close friend to the president. I think it will undermine the Liberian people interest to award a contract to AMR where Abdullah or Sharif Abdullah is the MD. Again, it undermines the interest of Liberia because it's about the president's interest. It's about Joseph Boaka's interest. And so I think it's not a good thing. Why it's a Liberian company, yes, but for the fact that Sharif Abdullah is the MD of this company and chief financier of the Unity Party and a close friend to Joseph Boaka, I think it undermines transparency and fairness in the concession process.
Thank you, Mr. Chesson.
That's my
Mr. Davis, can you just wait a second? I'm going to give you an opportunity to respond to Mr. Chesson, and in doing so, can you please close up so that we can just wrap up and go home? Thank you.
I could not have disagreed with you any less in terms of what you said. I flatly disagree with you. All due respect, Jeff, you my man, you my brother. But on this one, I disagree with you. And I'll disagree with you for two cardinal reasons. Number one, Sharif Abdallah, as chairman of the Connect Group within the conglomerate, as group MD of the Connect Group within the conglomerate and chairman of the FUTA arm of the conglomerate, has been one of the most quintessential exemplary Liberians in terms of what it means to be successful in business. This man has, through his ingenuity and his hard work, has been able to buy out Total in Liberia, 64 gas stations, buy out Total in Sierra Leone, about 82 gas stations, build a tank farm and put in Liberia, is building a tank farm in Sierra Leone, has built
Mr. David, that is not a question. I think what you should be addressing is as to whether it is true that you're a close associate of the president.
Mr. Chesson, that gave Mr. Davis a chance to finish the case. Let me answer it. He coming to your answer. I think your question is he's the number one chief financier to the Unity Party, and you feel like it's not transparent enough.
There is no evidence anywhere, and I can challenge you on that, of Sharif Abdallah being the chief financier of any political party, before I would say the Unity Party. That's not.
Okay.
Let me be clear. All right? Number three, let me say this. Even with regards to raising the flag of Liberians' ability to do business and compete with foreigners, what Sharif Abdallah and his team has done, inclusive of T. Nelson Williams, myself, and the rest of his team, what we've done, we've made sure we created no escape room for foreign competitors who try to wrestle this particular concession from us. But I will say this, if Liberia is to be developed, if Liberia is to change this paradigm that we all have sought to change one way or the other through advocacy or through constructive engagement or through standing up to be counted, importing our economy in our own hands and creating an opportunity for our children to have an even more secure future and creating the kind of economic empowerment, infrastructure development, and social welfare and social improvement in our lives, we have to be deliberately intentional with putting our economy in Liberian hands.
Thank you.
This is a classic example of how we can do that. We will not shy away from it. We will continue to advocate for it until we reach the finish line. As far as this concession is concerned, the government of Liberia and AMRO has a binding agreement, which in the shortest of time, less than 3 months, we've been able to conclude a non-binding offer with Severstar. We've been able to conclude a draft exchange of sales and purchase agreement. We've been able to complete due diligence, and Severstar needs to tell us how much they want, create an escrow account, create a custodian agent to hold the money, and let's move on and get put to run here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Davis. You heard that. Everyone heard that. The world heard that. Mr. Abdullah is not the chief financial of Unity Party as told here by Mr. Davis, and he has a lot of other qualifications that stand tall in terms of putting Liberia on a map, and he has done great financial work. So I want to just thank all of you for joining us today. I would love for you to come back. I had other questions, Mr. Davis, but because of time, I'm unable to ask that. I'm sure you and I will cross paths again. I'm sure Stanton will invite you back as things unfold. Okay. So thank you so much for being here. So everyone, I don't know who's the producer in the back. Could you please come on so we can just turn the show off? And I want to thank all of you for being here today. Tomorrow we'll see you again, or you guys, yeah, tomorrow I'll be here, and I'm sure all of us will be here. Thank you. Dr. Probler, I hope someday I'll be able to say what you just said when we open the show. I coming from you. I coming here from Liberia. So one day I'll be able to say, oh, that was nice. I enjoy it.
Okay, Doc. Okay. Yeah. John, good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here.
It's a pleasure seeing you here, man. Thanks for all the work you've been doing for our banking sector.
We thank God. We try to do our part.
Yes. Yeah. Producer who's in the back, who's calling me, Stanton? We got to turn the show off. I see that it's still going. Let me text Stanton to just ask. Bye, bye, Mr. Henry. Bye, Isaac Doe. Bye, Dr. Probler. Bye, Dr. Chesson. Let me call Stanton to see how we can turn this show off, okay?
It is small doctor on the show, Dr. Chesson, Dr. Probler, Dr.
Doe.
Councilor Chesson, you know.
Dr. Doe. I mean, he decided to leave me at the mercy of the doctors today.
And so the manager put doctor all around us on the shake again. Right? Everywhere you shake, you see doctor. Everywhere you shake, you see doctor. And then when you talk about baby boat people, you scared to talk. You shivering. You say, "Hey, gosh, you made a mistake."
I saw my position, but I'm clear about that. You know.
That's too funny.
John Davis.
Please have everybody, and God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. I'm sorry about my position, but I was clear on that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Judge. Bye-bye.
Let me just call Mr. Witherspoon and see if he's how do we turn the show off today. I'm just going to turn everything off and say, hopefully we'll go off and he'll call me later and turn it off. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Hello. Oh, Bakel. So you're supporting Boaga company now to get concession agreement?
You know, let me add one.
I'm going. Bye.
You're getting all wrong.
We got nothing wrong.
Man, you want to show?
Is the chief financial.
My man, you want to show? That Johnson Chelsea on the show.
No, log off.
On the show, I'll see you. The show's still running.